No.
Electronic rock band for onomatopoeia for knocking.
I have no idea.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Okay.
I did not make this. Elk relative named for its color.
Yak.
2 words. Elk relative named for its color.
Brown. Ram. Yak.
We've beat the music today.
Red deer.
Oh man.
And your last one. Athletic official.
Referee.
Mike.
Thank you.
No, he said referee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it ref or referee?
I thought ref 3 letters. Yeah.
referee.
Okay.
I don't even feel good about slaying that streak.
It's not only 3
Yeah.
letters. It's
Yeah, I figured it out now. I just got it.
Holy cow.
We should cancel the trip.
No.
I cancel myself. I'm
Oh,
out.
what has happened?
We should just send you.
No, please don't.
Your final score, Michael. Galvin with 1 point, Gio with that 2, and Michael is your triumphant champion. He won with 5 today.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
Good
we are
morning.
streaming, by the way.
Okay, good. Good morning. Who is this?
scary.
Jonathan? Do you have the phones pulled up?
Oh, of course I do. Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, what is your name?
Alicia.
Alicia, I'm going to put you on hold. Johnny B will grab you here during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay, Pumpkin?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hold on. There you go. That's line 8.
Got it.
Gio,
Yeah.
explain this to me because I've never done this before, and I know this is sounds like I should be able to figure it out. But what happens? We get there tonight, and then how do we get in this place? Is it like a lockbox or something, or is there a code for the door?
Yeah,
Do we have to call somebody?
No, door code.
Door code.
Yeah.
We know that already?
Yep.
Oh, so we just go straight to the place. What if we get there and it's surrounded by crack houses?
You think I haven't thought of this
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stressed about this?
Oh.
Can we
Did you
Google
street
Map
view
look
it?
at it? Street view it?
I did, yeah.
And what do you think?
I think we're all right.
Like, you think the Sprinter's going to get robbed?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right.
They do make it a point to tell you that everything in your vehicle is at your own risk, though.
Yeah, well, they
yeah,
don't
we
want to
cover that.
assume
But
responsibility.
no, where we're staying, it's like all the places are all like
Rentals.
Airbnbs.
Right.
And they're all brand new constructions.
Okay. I
Yeah.
feel good about that. And how far are we from Radio Row?
Like 10 minutes.
Good.
10-minute drive.
All right. So, and did we locate the Starbucks yet?
No.
Okay. Tom's going to get on that.
Yeah.
Tom, you need to find out where the Starbucks is. We need to have those waiting in the car every morning when we get in there.
Yes.
See? Now things are progressing.
Bright and early at 4 a.m.
They're not even open yet, are they?
What? No.
Yeah.
Because we start at 5, right?
Yeah. So we have to leave at like 3.
This could be a problem. 3? It's
Oh.
10 minutes away, you said.
Well, we want to be there early, Mike.
So we got to leave at
What?
4.
We'll see
I-
two shifts. Come back and get me
Yeah,
and Galvin an hour later.
We already
we
discussed
already
that.
talked about it.
Joe and I said we're going to leave at 3 and then because we're live at 5.
Yeah.
What,
every
do
day.
you get here at 5 in the morning every day?
No.
Right.
I don't even get her at
That's
5.
what I
Hey,
No,
I'm saying-
maybe
I
if you got up at 3, you wouldn't read male violence.
Yeah,
How
but
about
there's
that?
a lot of.
I don't want to hear
There's
one
a lot-
mistaken
we
news
have a lot of
guy.
setup to do.
There's a lot of setup. Last time our experience, it took us a good 30 minutes to get in.
Yeah.
Right.
We're
So-
setting up tomorrow though. So like when and we're not broadcasting tomorrow.
We're not. We're just
No.
setting up and
Right.
recording.
So
Yeah.
so again, we're gonna like test everything. So literally on Wednesday, we go there and start the show.
Right.
But you still want to get there at 3.
Joe
Okay.
and I are planning to get
Yeah.
there an hour before the broadcast starts, which is 4 a.m.
That's crazy. All right. Good luck to you guys.
Because I don't think we could eat. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I
just
think by
know-
Thursday, we're all going to show up at 7.
Yeah. Hopefully. Like I said, the last, the only other experience I have is when we were with COVID and the Radio Row.
Right.
And it wasn't like just like walk in the door 5 minutes.
I think that was a lot of COVID.
Yeah.
Because now I'm going to tell you right now, when Radio Row was at the convention center last time it was in Tampa, like before COVID, when I went, it was just walk right in. You know where
Right.
you're going.
Yeah.
And we
you
did
know.
Miami too. Was Miami afternoon or was that morning?
Miami was afternoons, but we went there in the middays, and they just, as long as you had your pass, because it was in a room.
Yeah.
Right.
So in order to get in that room, you just had to have your pass,
Yeah.
get your picture on it, and everything.
If
So
that's how it works out, then great. But I'm anticipating it's not going to be that.
I don't
And-
think. I think COVID really ruined your experience.
Yeah, hopefully.
And I feel like tomorrow, like if we go and set up and leave, we all try and go back to see what that process is like without the stuff.
Sure. I mean,
You know
we're,
what I mean?
we're gonna go. Yeah.
But
yeah,
like,
I agree with you.
You know what I mean? But that like do a double take. So we take all our stuff, and that's going to take a lot of time. But then if we all leave, go get lunch, and come back, we'll actually see what the process would be like. Kind of like test it out for the morning.
I'm not even excited about sharing a bed with you anymore.
Wait, why?
Why?
Oh.
You know why? You know why?
Joe and I will be there for him.
You're gonna wake up. You're gonna wake up like a Godfather. So it's not a horse's head; it's just Carmen.
On Friday, Joe and I were like, all right, so we have to get up at 3. If we get in either an Uber or have Tom take us at 3:30, we get there by 4. That gives us an hour to set up and troubleshoot any problems
All right.
within
I like the way you guys
the
think.
hour.
Way to be prepared.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a feeling it's gonna be like disarming of a bomb over here.
I
He's
hope.
gonna be like red wire. I don't see any red wire.
No, don't cross the stream.
Yeah, the idea of the casual stroll up 5 minutes before this show goes live, I don't think it's going to work.
That's-
I can
Whoa.
assure you that's where I'll
Yeah, and that's fine.
Can you guys bring my headphones?
For real, sure. Like, I'm getting there early.
Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today: Rich getting richer,
Yes.
banana in the tailpipe, and He-Man. He dead.
Oh, no.
Mm.
All right, Galvin, as your news. We'll take a quick break, and we'll jump right into that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Whitney Cummings is coming to be on the show today at 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that, the 9 o'clock hour.
9:20.
9:20 for the first time ever. She's never been on the show before because I'm a baby. And I'll tell her all about that 9 o'clock hour. Boo-hoo. Yeah, you're mad. She said bad things. I'm such a baby about stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember when you said that. I was like, all right.
Yeah, it was the way she said it. The way she said it was really
Yeah, but I
bugged me.
always think, not us.
Yeah.
She hadn't been on the show. And she at the time
So then
also
clearly not us.
but at the time that she said it also wasn't very popular. You know what I mean? Like
She was on Howard Stern.
No, but it was. You know why she was on Howard Stern?
Oh, prettiest.
It was the
funny.
hottest. April
Yeah.
Macy was on, and
Right.
I don't even remember who the third one was. And then Whitney Cummings became this huge superstar. So that's the only reason why.
Mm.
Because I think the question was like, getting hit on and things like that. But I don't know. Look, so the whole story is, and I'll say it again, the 9 o'clock hour is that years and years ago. I mean, I remember calling Ralphie one day and going, I'll never have Whitney Cummings on the show. Because she was just on Howard Stern talking about how she hates doing morning radio except for his show and blah, blah, blah. And I go, I'll remember that because she'll roll through town one day and I'm going to be like, no way. And sure enough, they've tried to book her on the show a bunch of times and they're always like, I can't believe you're not going to have her on. She's so popular right now. I go, no, she hates morning radio. And then one day we were talking to Tom Segura and Segura was like, I think you really like her. She's cool. And I went, you're probably right. I do like her. I think she's funny and I don't know why I'm being such a baby. I got baby tendencies sometimes. Things that bug me. Did you see that thing I posted about the crow this weekend? They say a crow will hold a grudge for 17 years.
Yeah.
Like if you hit a crow, it'll remember you for 17
It
years.
remembers faces. Crows recognize people. Yeah.
I'm a crow. Okay? I'm an old crow. That's just how I feel. There's things I hold grudges against.
I used to be able to hold a grudge, and then I just learned that it's not worth it.
It's not.
It does more harm to you than the other
Right.
person.
Because
I don't know about that.
Well,
the stress, and not like the stress, but like I don't really know what you would call it, but I would call it stress
Bad
of like
vibes.
holding on. Yeah, the bad vibes.
Yeah, but here's my deal though. I got grudges against people in the building. I just don't talk to them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't know whether that's necessarily a grudge because that's what I was gonna say. Like if I don't,
You're
like
out of my
somebody-
life.
Yeah, if I don't
Yeah.
like somebody, I just don't like them and I don't deal with them. And then if they try and deal with me, I wait until they go to shake my hand and I just go nope,
Nope. That's one of the
but-
most important lessons I've ever learned from Galvin. Nope.
but like if it's you're thinking about them all the time and all that,
Oh no,
then
that's
it's a whole
obsessing.
different thing.
Yeah. No. If I have a grudge, it's just something in the back of my mind that clicks when I see you. I'm not
Right,
thinking
right.
about it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a big difference. So I'm trying to think of anybody I got that I could talk about that I have a grudge against now. Well, I don't know. It'll come up. If I think of it, I'll tell you. Everybody goes, like you're all assuming that there's somebody.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, as promised, President Trump placed tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China launching a trade war. Canada and Mexico are retaliating with their own tariffs on America. Trump acknowledged that Americans may feel, quote, some pain with higher prices, but added, quote, the results will be spectacular.
I don't even know. I watched so many things yesterday. I watched 60 Minutes, and they were talking about how the tariffs are going to have a negative impact. And it's not because they don't like Trump. It's because of the way the tariffs work. If you're taxing something and I don't know, the way they made it sound like is by the time it gets back to the American consumer, we're all going to be screwed on stuff. So
I think what the thing is in the long run, this makes more stuff built in America.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to do. So you're going to get a little bit of a pinch. And then, we look down years from now and we go, well, thank God we did that because now it's bringing back the stuff to America. But who knows?
But the problem is if you're only buying stuff from America now the Americans could choose to charge more for it.
Right. And you want to be able to have options and stuff. But I saw Trudeau talking about the tariffs that they're going to do. God, is he a pussy?
Well, that's why he's stepping down.
Yeah, it's really unbelievable. I mean, he can barely speak in front of a crowd. Like he's just, I think maybe we're going to do that.
Did you see the woman that went up to him? He got out of a car and a woman went up to him and she was like, Mr. Trudeau. And he's like, yes, how can I help you? And she's like, I just want to say that you're the worst person from the country. And he goes, thank you, have a nice day. And he walked away around. Trump would have been like, shut up.
Well, Trump already said that Canada is going to be a state.
Trump is talking about. I think he wants to annihilate Canada. He keeps talking about how the tariffs are going to hurt Canada the most, and it's going to weaken Canada. Like he's trying to get in there.
I just read a bunch of articles that said guacamole and avocados are going to go through the roof.
Well,
my wife said that too.
Yeah, they said there's like 79% of the avocado industry is from Mexico.
Okay.
I can live without it.
So here's the other thing, though. If you're smart and you're growing stuff, I don't know what you're growing. Start growing avocados. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's probably a reason why climate or conditions where they grow better in Mexico. That's why we'll probably get them from there.
Right. And they've been growing them for a long time.
Right.
You can grow anything anywhere.
Yes.
Now with hydroponic, you can do anything anywhere.
Right, but you're talking about millions and millions of avocados. We may not have the space hydroponically to grow millions and millions of avocados.
Yeah, but I would imagine that if you're, it's kind of like the guy that owned the Long John Silver that turned into a Starbucks. Long John Silver was done. Somebody came in and said Starbucks, and now it's packed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're growing something that isn't, you're like, hey, I've been kind of just making and getting by, whatever. Avocados to the roof, baby.
I'm fine with it. When I think avocados and guacamole, I think green boogers, and I don't want to eat it anyway.
Right.
So I can't.
Well,
good fat. It's a healthy fat.
Yeah.
For you and all the other 5-year-olds out there, it'll be all right. Stock futures dropped to kick off a new trading month after President Donald Trump hit several key U.S. trading partners with tariffs, raising fears that a full-blown trade war would disrupt global supply chains, reignite inflation, and slow the economy.
So now Bitcoin last night was at 93,000. It dropped.
Yeah,
it was like 107.
Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 572 points, or 1.3%. The S&P 500 futures dropped 1.5%, and NASDAQ 100 futures lost 1.7%.
It's not good.
Yeah.
When he says we'll experience some pain, what does that mean? How far are we going with the pain?
How far is the pain?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think wait and see.
But can we establish something here that eggs have nothing to do with this? Eggs seem to be the main focus on everything. Eggs are in a short demand because of the bird flu,
right?
Not because of taxes or tariffs or Trump, or it's because of the bird flu, and they had to kill a bunch of birds. That's why we have a shortage of eggs.
There's always something. In 2016, it was gas.
Yeah.
The presidents were controlling the gas. Now, 2024, it's the eggs.
Yeah, but they're not. It doesn't have anything to do with the president.
Right,
it has to do with the fact that it's there was a problem with the bird flu, and they had to kill thousands of birds.
I don't like eggs either, so I'm good.
No,
so
I'm with you. I hate eggs and I hate guacamole. Well, I don't hate guacamole, but I could live without it.
Stay the course.
They start taxing McDonald's.
Yeah,
You have something to say about it.
Still have not been. I still have not
Really?
been.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Oh, we got a road trip. What are you gonna do?
Oh, listen, I know there's a Whataburger on the way.
Yeah. I got snacks. I bought a bunch of snacks. I got granola bars. I got beef jerky. I got sausages. All kind of stuff, man.
I figured we'll stop too. I figured I'll just gear up on the beef jerky.
I mean, do we stop? We got to stop at Buc-ee's.
I mean,
is there a Buc-ee's on the way?
I believe so, yes.
Here's the thing.
There is.
I thought about it, and I was like,
there's one by Pensacola, I believe.
Well, I don't really care. We
Yeah.
could stop there. I mean, they got the jerky bar.
Yeah.
I bought jerky from them that was so hot that every time I ate one piece, I would cry, and I want to get it again.
Oh, that's
it was
good.
so good, and I want to
That's
get it
good.
again.
That's
Yeah.
good. I used to work in a restaurant, and there was one of the Mexican cooks there. We'd prep everything, get everything ready to go, and then he would make us food.
Yeah.
And it was eggs and some sort of meat sauce thing, whatever, and like fresh bread. And it was so hot and spicy, but it was so good. I was
Yeah.
sweating. I can't handle. I mean,
Spicy?
yeah.
You know who can?
You're Irish.
You know who can?
yeah.
Pap-Pap.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pap-Pap, we went to the Thai restaurant, and the lady was like, "You want it hot?" And he goes, "How hot?" And Joe said, "Thai hot." And she goes, "Thai hot? Very hot." And Joe goes, "Hot as you can make it." And she goes, "Oh." And she goes in the back and grabs her jacket and comes out. And she had peppers in her pocket.
Yeah.
She had
Oh,
pocket
no.
peppers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought it was purse peppers.
Oh,
That's-
purse
yeah,
peppers.
It's
yeah,
purse
yeah.
peppers. Yeah, because we
yeah.
called them
Yeah.
purse peppers.
Purse peppers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were hot.
Yeah. She had her own.
Yeah.
She had her own peppers in the
Yep.
purse.
When you said Buc-ee's in Pensacola, you know what I just thought of? Because we are going right by Biloxi and we're going through there. I have rooms at Beau Rivage.
What are you? We're gonna stay there?
We can stay on the way back if we wanted to.
All right.
I'm down.
All right.
See what happens.
I'm sure I probably got a room there too.
I bet they just sent me the thing they used to send me all the time for the flight.
Yeah.
They're giving me the flight and the rooms and stuff. They're like, come back, baby.
That's so funny.
I got to tell you, I have been so excited about this, and I must have said this line, I don't know how many times. Luka Doncic is on the Lakers.
I know it's crazy.
Luka Magic is on the Lakers. This blew my mind. My nephew texted
Everybody's
My
blown.
nephew texted me in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and said, unless this guy's Twitter is hacked, this is happening, whatever. And I started looking through Yahoo and all the different sports, ESPN, and I just can't even believe this.
I'm not a huge NBA fan. How would you compare this in the NFL if this trade happened?
This is them trading Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
He is a generational talent.
Yeah.
He is only 25 years old. Here's the thing about Luka is absolutely amazing. Triple doubles through the roof. You know what I mean? Like, this guy can control the game. Two things. One, if he comes in shape, which he has been a little bit off sometimes,
He's a drinker.
and stop complaining to the refs. If you do those two things, it's unbelievable. Like, the guy is absolutely amazing. So the Los Angeles Lakers have reached a deal to acquire Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks as a part of a 3-team trade that has Anthony Davis and Max Christie as the first round pick going to Dallas, in a stunning blockbuster trade that involves the Utah Jazz as well. Doncic, who's only 25 years old, is currently out with a calf injury, has averaged 28.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 7.8 assists per game in 22 games. That's just this season with the Mavericks. Mark Cuban, who is now a minority owner of the Mavericks, because he sold a lot of stuff, wanted to make sure everyone knew he had nothing to do with this.
Oh, the people in Dallas are losing their mind.
I saw it said when you're at a party in Dallas and people find out they traded Luka, and everyone goes, "What?"
Yeah.
They're on their phone. They're
Yeah.
like, "What is going on?"
But-
you hear a girl scream.
What makes you look at your organization and go, "Who's our best guy? Let's trade him away."
Well, and that's the deal.
Is he hurt?
Is
I mean, I know he's hurt, but is he really hurt?
no. Yeah, he's hurt, but he's coming back. This is a calf injury. It's not a big deal, whatever.
Right.
But is it the locker room? Is it his play? Is it he's so good, but his attitude's so bad that we get rid of him? I don't know. Also, they had a lot of money that they were going to play him. He had like a Supermax contract coming up
Right.
where he was going to get a lot of money. But the weird thing about it is they traded Anthony Davis is great.
Yeah, I think, but he's not Luka.
He's not Luka. He's not Luka.
You're losing the face of your franchise.
Right. And you're getting rid of Luka, and you could have got so much more. They could have
It
got
seems like they could have got more.
so much more money, everything. They said they made one phone call, and it was to the Lakers.
Yeah.
That was the only people they talked to, because there was other
How
teams.
strong are the Lakers now?
Oh, Lakers are
Yeah.
good. Lakers are good, and now you have LeBron and Luka on the Lakers.
But
which is
LeBron
wild.
is not playing that great. He's statistically the worst player on the team.
Oh no.
Yeah.
According to who?
I was just reading it the other day that LeBron is statistically the worst player on the Lakers.
I don't think that's right.
Well,
I don't-
that's what it said.
Yeah, I'll have to look to see that because he's actually been playing pretty well. He's very much a ball hog.
Right.
Anthony Davis, by the way, is going to flourish with the Mavericks. He's going to be unbelievable on the Mavericks. But the thing is you have to think LeBron's done soon. You know what I mean?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to play with his son. I think he got that out of his system. He's probably done.
And now you have your new face of the Lakers,
Right.
who's only 25 years old.
Right,
yeah.
but why, if you're the other teams, why are you building up the Lakers? It's like
Yeah.
well, you're helping the Lakers. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't. We'll see what this does for the Mavericks in the future, but I can't imagine that this. I don't know. I mean, what does it take for you to get rid of your number one guy?
I don't know. It's wild. Like I said it so many times the other day, like annoying my wife because she doesn't
Yeah,
care.
I know.
And I'm like, you don't understand. Luka's going to the
Yeah.
Lakers.
I was trying to figure out how. I know it's a big deal, but I was trying to figure out how big of a deal because I'm not an NBA fan. A buddy of mine texted me like, "Dude, you don't understand. This is so massive. This is like unbelievable." that
And
this is
him
even
going to
happening.
the Lakers too is wild.
Yeah.
Because Lakers is such a Showtime team. You know, they're the biggest team out there. You know, the name and everything. And yeah, it's wild.
And then they only get like one first-round draft pick for him. Is the Mavericks minus including the players?
Yeah,
But
they
they're
got the players, and then they get a first round pick.
Yeah.
Going to
My buddy
Dallas
was like,
gets
"Dude,
it.
they should have got like 4 first-round
Right,
draft
right.
picks
and,
like,
and money and all
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like it's really crazy.
Although it's like could be like you said, Galvin. He could be a cancer. I mean, I think we would have heard about that if that was the case. But he could be a cancer in the locker room.
The wild thing too is JJ Redick, who took over as the Lakers head coach now, was his former teammate.
Right.
Luka's
Yeah.
former teammate on the Mavericks and stuff. So that'll be interesting.
I just read how they said that he was out of shape all the time and he had a bad attitude.
That's the thing.
That's what the Mavericks were kind of saying, I guess.
Yeah, but you know, you're also putting up triple doubles. You
Yeah.
kind of deal with that. But like I said, you know, listen, I'm sitting over here, you know, armchair quarterback and stuff. If Luka comes in shape and doesn't complain to the refs, he may be the greatest basketball player of all time.
Yeah.
Like he's unbelievable. He's one of those guys. Jordan signed him immediately
Yeah.
to his Nike stuff, whatever. Kobe came out to watch him. One of the players was saying, he goes, I knew Luka was the real deal when Kobe came out to see him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he knew, because this kid, he's been unbelievable since he was like 12 years
Right,
old.
right.
His father played and stuff, but he was playing like with 18-year-olds when he was like 10.
Right.
You know, and dominating. So it's pretty wild. Yeah, so I'm just glad I didn't get my Luka Mavericks jersey.
No kidding.
Speaking of basketball, Bayou Barbie. Angel Reese teams up with the McDonald's for the first ever female athlete meal starting February 10th. So that's coming up next week. McDonald's is teaming up with basketball champion, entrepreneur, and fashion icon Angel Reese to drop the Angel Reese Special, which is a barbecue bacon quarter pounder with cheese.
I like that.
Featuring a new bold barbecue sauce, world famous fries, and your choice of drinks.
Yeah. All right. Look, power to the female athletes, to the black female athletes, and the kids that they may inspire to go eat terrible foods.
So they never become
or
a female-
unhealthy. I
Yeah.
shouldn't say terrible. It's delicious.
Now
I
they
want to call her Barbecue Barbie.
So now they got John Cena and Angel Reese.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
like this.
funny. I took my daughter the other day and popped John Cena in his little yellow sweater pops up on the screen. There was something else about her I was going to bring up. I forgot what it was.
She just paid off her mom's mortgage.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's something that I just recently saw. She had her on her podcast and stuff, and she goes, "You always said if you didn't have to pay your mortgage, you would retire because that was the only thing you were working for. Well, it's paid off." She goes, "So I don't know. It's up to you if you want to work to get out of the house and stuff, but it's paid off."
Wow.
She's in that 3-on-3 summer league right now, or
Yeah.
not summer league, but whatever it's called. And she was like the first player to get ejected for arguing with referees.
Oh, really?
Like nobody's
But
ever
that's what
been
makes her
ejected.
popular.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's what makes her-
I saw one of the ladies put up like 46 points the other day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty interesting. I want to see. I haven't really watched it. It's Rival.
Rival league, yeah.
Yeah. I think they show it on Max
Yeah.
and some other ones. I just haven't been able to catch one of the games, but I definitely want to check it
You
out.
were telling me that the ladies 3-on-3 basketball is on like the Cinemax channel?
No, Max, HBO Max.
Yeah, that's what I mean. HBO Max.
Yeah.
You have to have like a pay channel to watch it.
Oh, no, I think it's on a few different options, but
Okay.
I think whoever owns what, they have that, but it's Max is one of the choices because they show WNBA as well.
Right.
But then so does like Icon, so does ESPN, so does a few different channels.
Gio, you'll be happy to know my nephew Tommy just texted me and said there is a Buc-ee's right in Alabama past Pensacola.
Mm.
Yep.
Yep, there you
Gulf
go.
Shores, maybe. Every player on the winning Super Bowl team on Sunday will get how much of a bonus from the NFL? If you're on the winning team, you get how much? Every player.
40 grand.
40 grand.
No, 250.
250,000?
Yeah.
Each
I was
for the
gonna
whole
say-
team?
Yeah.
Well, for all the players, yeah, I would say I'll go 100,000.
It's 6 figures, I think.
Joe, any guesses? Are you working on stuff over there?
I'm working
All
on
right.
something.
$171,000.
Wow, just for the
all
one
right.
game.
Some of them will get even more to that thanks to bonuses that are negotiated into their contract. For instance, Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley will get $500,000 from his team if he leads them to a Lombardi Trophy. And he's already earned $1 million in incentives this season, including $250,000 for winning the NFC Championship.
What is the league minimum?
League minimum? I don't know.
Hey, Siri. What is the NFL league minimum salary?
That was like 750 or like 600.
This is wrong. This is
I thought it was
$9,000 a year.
350. Like a practice squad guy, I think.
This says that the league minimum is $795,000.
Yeah.
That's for a minimum salary for a rookie in the NFL. is
Okay, so if you're getting a
$795,000.
minimum rookie salary and all of a sudden you just got bumped up, like you'd say you're a backup player making $795,000, you just got an extra 200 grand. That's pretty good.
Oh, they talk about that like different players in the NBA. They all get if they make it to the playoffs and do stuff, whatever. And they were saying about that because they said some of the guys on the bench are only making whatever, so they're almost doubling their salary.
I was gonna say, but practice squad, it's only 12,000 is league minimum.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
No.
yeah, but the
For
people that are
NFL
on the practice squad. But would
Like,
would they be on the roster? They're
Yeah,
not on the
that's-
roster where
They don't
So they
dress
don't
or
count.
anything either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$12,000?
Yeah.
That can't be right. That's not even minimum wage. Yeah, but that can't. Is that Wikipedia?
It's just Google. It's what the AI Google tells
Yeah, I mean,
you.
you can't pay. That's not even minimum wage. That would never
Right,
be.
but your practice, but like just like the refs that can't be their full time job. NFL referees have to have a secondary job
Right.
to be able to ref.
But they still get
So-
over
Oh, but
200 grand.
That's 12,000 per week.
Oh, per week.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes more sense.
Mm.
So,
Because those people get cut all the time.
Yeah.
my buddy was the equipment manager for the Buccaneers, and when he negotiated his new deal, they said, "Look, we can give you a raise, or we can put you on the bonus program." And he got and he'll, as far as the Bucks play into the playoffs, he would get the same bonus as the minimum league players.
Yeah.
And he said, so 1 week he got a check that was like 70,000, and 1 week he got a check was 90,000
Nice.
because the further they went through the thing. And I couldn't even imagine that at the time. I was
That
like,
was
what
like
could that be like?
we just talked about Jeff Vinnick. Whenever he did whatever his deal was, he wound up getting some money, and he wound up giving every employee, I think, at least $50,000.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
great.
Yeah, which
Because
is
for
wild.
you, that's nothing. I mean, you're just changing people's lives,
Oh,
with a
absolutely.
$50,000 check. Can you imagine you weren't expecting that and you get a $50,000 check?
Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts will earn a $500,000 per year salary bump if Philly wins. So that's per year. He gets
Sure.
another $500,000 per year.
That's a good agent.
Kansas City QB Patrick Mahomes gets $1.5 million salary bump if
Jeez.
the Chiefs three-peat. The $171,000 that all the winners get is up from $164,000 from last year. All the players on the losing team, you made it to the Super Bowl,
Right.
win or lose,
Right.
you get $96,000.
Great.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's a bump from last year, which was $89,000.
Now think about this though. Here's the thing: it's a bonus. So you're probably getting 40% cut out of it, and you have to pay your agent for most of those people. So by the time you get it, it's gonna be 30 grand.
yeah, but still, it's
Still,
30 grand that
yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
have before.
You're not buying a Ferrari with it.
You know who will need that 30 grand? No, I mean, he has other money, but he can just be like, all right, you give it to them then, I guess. Travis Kelce, his taunts in last Sunday's AFC Championship game came at a 5-figure price. On Saturday, the league announced that the star Chiefs tight end had been fined $11,255 for taunting the Bills players during the team's 32-29 win at Arrowhead
What did he
Stadium.
do? I don't even remember.
Where I think
It was when
Mahomes got sacked, or
no, Mahomes ran the touchdown in, and then Kelsey ran up there and like got in the guy in the Bill's face.
Oh, yeah,
and he
okay,
was like dancing in front of him and stuff.
yeah.
yeah.
So he got fined $11,000.
That's another thing. $11,000. They'll go to the NFL Players Association. They'll fight that, and they'll knock it down. And they'll pay $5 grand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He won't even know it was gone out of his check.
Yeah, which also $11,000. He's like, all right, big deal. I'll do it again.
Mhm.
I have a hot or not for you guys.
Oh, Calvin, it's been some time since we had a
It's
good
been a little
hot or
while.
not, yeah.
Been a little while, right? A 7-Eleven customer used a banana to batter a store clerk,
Wait.
according to Florida police.
They do keep them right up there at the counter.
Yeah.
Now, this girl's name is spelled Calta
Calta.
Avia. Calta Avia.
Calta Villa.
That's her first name. Calta Avia Turner, who's 22 years old. She got into a verbal altercation with a 30-year-old female worker, and the woman exchanged derogatory comments towards each other. At one point, Turner became irate, picked up a banana from the cashier's counter, and threw the banana in the victim's face. Police records list Turner's employer as Baby Dolls, a Clearwater Gentlemen's Club located. Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. Located just a few miles from the 7-Eleven outlet. Turner is being held without bond for violating probation in connection with a grand theft conviction in a neighboring county where Turner stole about $800 worth of merchandise from a Walmart store. Regarding that felony case, Turner has previously been cited for failing a pretrial intervention program, as well as not performing 75 hours of community service or paying court fines. She's not doing any of it. Turner was also recently arrested for resisting and giving cops a false name when they responded to a trespass call at Baby Dolls. She was free on $1,000 bond in that case when she was collared for the alleged banana battery. So she is 22 years old. Her name is Calta Avia Turner. She works at Baby Dolls over in Clearwater, and she's throwing bananas in the face of the 7-Eleven clerk. Mike Calta, your namesake, hot or not?
Couple of things go into this.
Yeah.
She probably got butthole eyes because she's got the Calta name.
Oh, okay.
2, I don't even know where Baby Dolls is anymore. I don't remember, but I feel like if you're going to be a stripper and you're hot, you work somewhere else.
Okay.
I'm going to say not hot.
Not hot.
Not hot.
All right.
I'm going
Gio?
to say kind of gross.
Gio, what do you got?
22 years old, stealing from Walmart, Baby Dolls. She's definitely hot.
You say hot.
Yeah.
All right. Carmen, what do you think?
22, using a banana to fight. She has
Stealing from Walmart, you said made her hot. Stealing from Walmart. Who was buying their makeup and stuff from
She's
Walmart?
just new into the
Everyone.
game. She's just breaking into the league. Rookie.
Your nose is too high sometimes.
Get your nose out the
I
cloud.
would only steal from the Mac store if I was trying to
That's
steal
right.
makeup.
Johnny B, let's get you involved. What do you think? 22 years old, Calta Avia Turner. She works at Baby Dolls, throwing bananas in people's faces. Hot or not?
Definitely hot.
You're going hot?
Yo, yeah.
Check your text. Here it comes, coming through for you. There is Calta Avia.
Come on now. I win.
Damn.
I gotta tell you though.
Oh no.
I gotta tell you, she looks rough there.
Yeah.
But I bet you.
All done up. Yeah.
all
That's
done
hot.
up.
That's hot.
Yeah.
That's
You're-
a mug shot.
All right, listen to me. I made it bigger, and I thought that was all tattoos on her head, but it's not. It's just her hairline. Oh, I'm sorry, Carmen. It's her baby hairs.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's like where her wig
Yeah,
lays.
I believe if she was made up, she'd probably be a lot hotter.
But that is a rough 22.
That is rough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rough 22.
I
I'll
would
put it up.
imagine if we can find her Instagram or something, I bet you she looked good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm saying a lot better than normal. I'm putting it up on our Instagram right now. The Mike Calta Show. Hot or not?
Can we all take a field trip to Baby
Baby
Dolls
Dolls?
and see her made up?
Investigate.
I mean, it would be worth it for the science of it.
I mean, yeah, research.
It's right there, the corner of US 19 and Olmston Road.
Yeah, I see that
19 and-
sign all the time.
19 and Ulmerton. Oh, I know what you're talking
Right
about.
there on the corner?
Yeah, I've been there
Yeah.
before.
It's been a couple different names.
So
I
right
believe.
by Oz, like right across the
Yes.
street from Oz, right?
Oh,
Do you
all
want to know
It's
a
like right
secret?
behind it or something.
Oh, I think I went there.
Yeah.
Do you want to know a secret?
What?
That is the parking lot in which a girl of questionable mental health
Oh,
gave me a certain type
Wait a
of
minute.
sex.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that is the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
I think hot, and I'm sure one of our listeners will be able to find her Instagram or Twitter or something.
Well, it's
whatever.
up
Like,
on our Instagram right now.
Show
Show
us
the
what's
story.
She's not daytime stripper.
She's She's
she can be
definitely
She could
she's
be, but
afternoon
she's
shift.
night too. Like she does both sometimes. It depends what time she wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but she can do both
Like she didn't have the decency to brush her teeth before she went to work.
sometimes.
Yeah.
It's got 4.5 stars on Google.
Who?
Baby dolls.
Oh, I'm sure Baby Dolls is fine. Yeah.
My wife and I hit like a few different strip clubs over there. Remember, it was a while back, and I told you.
Yeah.
And there was one that we went into that was a lot of Calta Vias were there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
We had a
I
good
bet
time.
it was.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish my wife was like she would go to the strip club, but she's not going like your wife's going.
Yeah.
Like your wife's having a good time. Mine would go just because I wanted to go.
And then we went to the other one. I don't know what the other one is because there's like 4 or 5 of them
Skeevies?
right there. Could have been Skeevies, but the girl was hot.
Yeah.
She was hot, and she literally danced like this. Like she had topless. She may have had like underwear on, whatever, and she was just like
Oh, just Billie Eilish and
just standing there and just kind of. I was like,
swaying,
do less,
swaying.
do
Yeah.
less, do less.
Do you know that there's a couple of those smart girls that are like, I can go to Oz and be a 7, or I can go to Baby Dolls and be a 10.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, there's
makes
some
more
girls
sense.
that go, listen, I'm going to be the varsity during the day.
Sure.
Right.
I'm going to show up during the day, and people are going to be amazed that I'm here, and they're going to go wild just throwing money at me.
Speaking of Varsity, I watched Varsity Blues the other day.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, which
Yeah.
is very rare. It's usually one of those movies you just pick up whenever
Sure.
it's on. What a great movie, and John Voight, what a great character
Yeah.
as Bud Kilmer.
Mhm.
I mean, really,
Yeah.
really just a complete jagoff, mean coach that everybody had when they were in high school.
And so many great lines when he's like yelling at the kids and stuff.
yeah.
Your daddy was a no talent pussy. I would cut his ass. He didn't play his heart out for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that.
That's such a good movie.
Oop de oop. What? The circus coming to town?
Oop-de-oop.
Yeah.
Today is National, and you have half of one here, so you can celebrate. National, do you know what I'm talking about? Something that you have
not
that is
Mulatto Day.
half.
Cat.
No. That's a
Doodle.
full cat. It's just a
It's a midget cat.
Yeah.
That's a half a
But
cat.
you're on the right line.
Half a doodle, half a husky,
The other part,
half a retriever.
golden.
Golden, yeah.
Yes. Today is National Golden Retriever Day.
There you go.
So Super
will
Agent
half
Tony
love my
Burton
dog.
has 2 of them. He can celebrate.
Yeah.
Goldens are sweet. Goldens are always sweet. When I was buying my house, I was walking through and looking at it, and they had a golden retriever. It was a super sweet dog. And then when I went to adopt Vader, they were like, "Do you still have the golden retriever?" And I go, "I don't know. I have a golden." The people I bought the house from because they were looking at my address. They said, "Yeah, because we have here that he bit 2 people." And I was like, "Really?" I go, "That dog was so sweet." That's wild.
You should have been like, I blame the people.
Yeah. Today, National Golden Retriever Day, so give him a lot of kisses. John Irwin. Do you know who John Irwin is?
John Irwin. I do not.
You probably know his voice. He was the voice of He-Man in the 80s. He passed away at the age of 88.
Oh.
In the 70s, he also did the voice of Morris, the finicky cat that did the
From
9
the
lives.
TV commercial,
Yeah, food
yeah.
commercials and stuff. So, yeah, John Irwin, He-Man, dead. Did you ever see that guy? I think Tosh had him on whenever Tosh had the Tosh Boy Now, who lived life as He-Man. Like he dressed as He-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What is going on in your life?
Fur pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fur pants, page boy haircut.
I bet he's a hit at the Comic Cons though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but what about the other 360 days?
Yeah.
Just a lunatic. I'm trying to think of what He-Man even sounded like.
He-Man was
By the power of
by
Grayskull.
the power of
But did he have a
Grayskull.
deep voice?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was Adam, and then when he was set by the power
yeah.
of Grayskull, he turned into He-Man.
Yeah.
The best thing I think that they ever did was using the same Optimus Prime in the cartoon and the movie. Like once you had that guy's voice,
it's Peter
Oh, I don't know
Cullen,
his
I think
name.
his name is.
He does all the
You-
Comic Cons.
Yeah.
you could not change that voice up
No.
and have something of the same impact. Yeah, it had to be strong. I have the power. That was He-Man.
Yeah.
That's when he got hit by the lightning and he turned into He-Man.
Well, he held his sword up.
Sword
and,
up.
Yeah, did the thing. Yeah.
Power of Grayskull.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not Grayskull. It's Grayskull.
Grayskull.
Not
Gray
Grayskull.
skull.
Gray skull.
Grayskull.
Gray.
Yeah.
It's got 2
You're
different
saying
words.
skull, like the dip.
Grayskull.
Skull.
By the power of Grayskull.
By the power of Grayskull.
No, you're saying it wrong.
I've I did
It's
my
not
whole life.
Driscoll's.
Grayskull.
It's Gray
The
Skull.
power-
Gray skull.
Yeah, Grayskull.
Nope.
I'm not changing it now.
Don't change
All
it.
right.
I'm not changing. It's from like the 80s.
Gio, don't go changing.
Is this like Whataburger?
Whataburger.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't say it that way.
What do you say?
Whataburger.
Whataburger.
It's Whataburger.
Yeah.
Great school.
We're going to pass that too.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, grilled chicken
My-
sandwiches are fantastic.
Mike, I got He-Man right here if you want to hear him.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Of Castle Grayskull.
He sounded kind of like a dork, though,
Yeah,
right?
not
Yeah.
very impressive. Not Optimus Prime good.
No, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I remember him not being like deep voice. See, you would think
Yeah.
He-Man, he's big
Right,
muscle.
right.
He'd be like, I'm He-Man,
Yeah.
something like that. But he's like, I discovered one day.
Me and my cat Cringer.
When I was a kid, that was everything. I love that so much.
So did I. I love Ram Man.
Yeah.
All
when I
the-
put on my furry booty shorts and hold my sword up in the air, a lot of guys come around. Weird.
like Man at Arms.
Last night was Grammys. Anybody watch the Grammys?
I did watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
I started it and then I got up till about 10 o'clock and I went, why am I watching this? Went to bed.
Were you impressed? Were you?
So they had the highlights. Certainly, I thought I was proud of Doechii. I thought that was great. That she gave Tampa such a nice shout out.
We actually have Doechii won for what did she win for? A female
Best rapper,
best
female
rapper, best female rapper.
Yeah.
Here's
best rap album. I
best
think is
rap.
what it was.
Yeah, Alligator Bites Never Heal. Doechii won best rap album, and here she is giving a shout out to Tampa. Take a listen.
There's so many people out there who probably don't know who I am. I call myself the Swamp Princess because I'm from Tampa, Florida. There's so much culture in Tampa. Whenever people think about Florida, they only think about like Miami, but Tampa has so much talent. Labels, go to Tampa. There's talent there, okay?
That's pretty cool.
That was great. I was great. And I was very proud of her. She even went on to say that, in the entire time since 1989, they've been giving away that award. Only 2 women until that night had won the award, Cardi B and Lauryn Hill. So now she joins that. That's pretty something to be very proud of.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And it was good. And I thought she represented really well. She seems like I hear by all things, everybody I know her, that my friends at Wild that know her say she's a great person. So I was very happy for her. She seemed very excited.
I am shocked that Kendrick Lamar did not win that.
Yeah.
Just because his album was so
such fire, such a big deal. But,
everyone waited
He
for
won Record of the Year, which is weird because, they have so many different categories
I never know which
and
one's better.
subcategories and all the different stuff. I mean, that's Rap Album of the Year. This is Record of the Year, so this probably encompasses everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's higher up.
But don't they have record and album, like 2 separate categories?
Yes, they do.
And what's the
Actually,
difference?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
But I can give you some of the different winners. So, Album of the Year, Beyonce, Cowboy Carter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah. Grammys aren't going to hold back from her. They know what happens, right, Carmen?
Yeah.
You hold back from Beyonce.
This ain't Texas.
They were like, she was like, I told you I'll burn LA down.
Song of the Year, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Record of the Year, Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar. Best New Artist, Chappell Roan. Chappell Roan won.
Am I wrong that Chappell Roan just looks like Johnny Depp in Alice in Wonderland?
100%.
Yeah.
No, you're not wrong
His
at all.
Okay.
Mad Hatter.
I'll tell you this. My wife was on to Chappell Roan way early, and she would play it all the time. What?
And so was I because of my daughter.
Yeah.
And I don't even think my daughter knew who she was. I think she came up in Spotify after Benson Boone, and my daughter became a fan. So when she blew up, I'm like, I know who that is. I was very proud of myself.
It's funny because my wife would be playing it all the time. Like whenever she was getting ready, she'd be playing, and I go, "Hey, Pink Pony, what's up? Who's that? Whatever." And she is good, but I got to tell you, she seems very annoying to me.
So nobody likes her. Like, it seems like everybody's turning against her. Like,
because she's listen, it's one thing. Go ahead, you have the absolute right to speak out on anything, but she seems like she's outspoken on everything.
Right.
Da 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 da. But I saw her last night when she did her acceptance speech, which we have. She starts talking about record companies taking care of artists and doing all this stuff. Man, did that hit that room?
Yeah,
they
they did.
loved it. People were crying.
Uh-huh.
They stood up and clapped and everything. Here's a little bit. I don't want to get too long, whatever. But Chappell Roan doing her acceptance speech.
But also, I thought to myself, who is she? She's been popular for 5 minutes. Who is she to start saying this stuff?
Take a listen. Here we go.
Told myself if I ever won a Grammy and I got to stand up here in front of the most powerful people in music, I would demand that labels and the industry profiting millions of dollars off of artists would offer a livable wage and health care, especially to developing artists.
You demanded it.
Because I got signed so young. I got signed as a minor, and when I got dropped, I had 0 job experience under my belt, and like most people, I had a difficult time finding a job in the pandemic and could not afford health insurance.
John, stop it right there real quick. So that's an interesting point is, if you're developing artists and stuff and you pay them a living wage and do all that stuff, Okay, but there's also an argument for that. You can't have a safety net. If you want to become something popular and you want to go out and risk that, you kind of have to risk it and say, listen, I'm going to go and try and do this. And if it fails, I'm going to have to figure it out.
Or say, yeah, that's fine. We're going to pay you, $50,000 a year to do this. But when your album makes 30 million, that's not your percentage anymore.
Right.
You want to take the risk. You can take the risk, or you want to take the safety net.
They're taking a risk as well.
Right.
They're taking a risk.
They lose so much money on artists every year. So many artists that they give deals to that never pan out.
Yeah.
Of course. And then all these artists who have these multi-record deals, they don't usually make any money until their third record because they're too busy paying the record company back for all the money that their record company lays out for these people.
But that's kind of crap because we've had people in here, comedians, say like people will buy their script just so it won't get made.
Yeah, don't sell it.
But you don't know that that's what they're doing.
No, but here's the thing.
Like,
Sylvester Stallone, we were just talking about it the other day.
Exactly.
He wrote Rocky and everybody wanted to buy it. And he said, okay, but I got a star in it. And everybody was like, no, but nobody knows who you are. It doesn't make sense. We want to get James Caan to be in it or one of the. And he was like, nope. Same thing with Chaz Palminteri with Bronx Tale. He said, I'll star in it and I'm going to be the mobster.
And that's the risk, and that's the no safety net.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a big deal. So you have to either you make it or you don't kind of thing, whatever. So it's a little ticky-tack, a little weird and stuff. I wonder what the record companies do now with studio production and all that stuff and how much they charge because you can do it at home.
Sure.
You can do it at home. Like people can do amazing stuff now with Pro Tools and everything where you don't need that studio time.
I watched Creed lay down their solos on Pro Tools in a house one day.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is going on the album. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, I just watched you do it in a living room somewhere.
We were just talking about the Saturday Night Live stuff that they have, the 50 years of Saturday Night Live. I started watching that, and they talk about the Lonely Island Boys, and they go, we thought it was hilarious that we're just recording stuff on a video camera that's on national television and doing well. Yeah, it's wild. Johnny, if you want to go ahead and hit the sounder for the bone bonus, please.
I don't think that's happening anymore.
Oh,
That's
it's
over.
over?
That's over. Yeah, I don't have any keywords or anything.
Oh, neither do I.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, never mind.
Yeah.
Were you panicking right there?
I was texting him, and that's why I was like, I tried to read your lips like 5 times because I was like, I don't know what you're saying. Is that right?
That seemed fast. I thought that went
1
on
month.
forever.
Yeah.
The word is over. That's OVER.
You can call Johnny now and get it done. So some of the other winners for the 2025 Grammy Awards. Let's see. Best Pop Vocal Album is Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. I got to tell you, I like Sabrina Carpenter.
Nope.
I didn't know who she was for the longest time. Espresso is her big song, right? But I didn't know who she was, and she looks like the girl from Heroes.
Yeah, that's what I said last night. Hidden Panettiere.
Yeah. But then, I guess it came up in my YouTube thing where every time she's live in a different city, she'll make up a lyric about that city, but it's always dirty.
Yeah, because her song is dirty.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm singing and I'm in Las Vegas, and guys here have the biggest bumble. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, or I'm gonna sit on to this and that, and I'm like, oh my god.
Or when she was over the pond and she said BBC, didn't want me to say she was like, there's 2 meanings if you get what I mean. Yeah, she was like, they said keep it clean, but BBC.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
All I
she's
know
a
is-
real dirty slut.
Hey, wait a minute.
My daughter loves Sabrina Carpenter, and we even had to go to Dunkin' to get the Sabrina Carpenter
the S?
cinnamon espresso.
I love that they're doing so many different ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you've got the McDonald's one, you got the Dunkin', this and that, and it's like come by Zaxby's for the Todd Bridges.
Todd Bridges. The Todd Bridges meal. What you talking about, Willis?
Like there's so many different ones. I forget who it was. It was somebody like outside of that group, and it wound up being Checkers. And I was like, it may have even been Kevin Hart.
Checkers
I was
for
like,
the
Kevin Hart?
John Lovitz meal. That's delicious. You don't need to bring any celebrities to Starbucks for me. I'm locked in for
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they did it with that name thing where they spelled everyone's name wrong, and they said like that was like a setup promotion, so people would take pictures because that
Oh,
was like
really?
the beginning of social media. They, you know, what I mean? Someone's claiming it. Who knows if that's
No.
actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but like,
I got my cup yesterday, and it had a little kitty cat that said meow on it.
Oh.
And I felt like this was an inside joke, and they were all calling me a big pussy.
no,
Oh,
like-
how dare you? Well, they have the new commercial out where they're showing them writing the names again because they're doing it again. They have the Ting Tings. That's
Oh,
not my
yeah,
name.
that's not my name, yeah.
Best pop solo performance, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Best rap album, we talked about. Doechii gave a shout out to Tampa. Best rap performance, Not Like Us. Again, Kendrick Lamar. He also won best rap song. Best rock performance, Now and Then, the Beatles.
Yeah,
What?
AI.
Really?
It's AI.
You gotta feel bad if
Really?
you're a live rock band and you got beat up by the Beatles
by a
AI.
band that hasn't been together, that half of them haven't been alive for the last 20 years.
Best rock song, Broken Man by St. Vincent. Best rock album, Hackney Diamonds by the Rolling Stones.
I did enjoy the opening. Did you see the opening?
I didn't watch.
It was a conglomerate of bands: St. Vincent, Brad Paisley, Dawes, and somebody else. They all were in the center, and they did "I Love L.A."
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a big tribute to L.A.
Right.
because of the fires. I thought it was pretty good, and they changed the lyrics up a little bit.
So St. Vincent went up with Nirvana for the fire aid thing, whatever, and then Joan Jett did as well. But I got to tell you, Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
did you see them? Great performance. Ladies, nobody likes you without eyebrows. Stop doing the no
What is
eyebrows
that?
thing.
Why is Ariana Grande doing it? Everybody's doing the no eyebrows.
The first one that I saw doing it was Miley Cyrus's sister, and I said, "Who is this? I don't
Yeah.
even know who this is." And I thought that's what I thought it was Lady Gaga was her last night until they
I
said
don't
Lady
understand
Gaga.
that. What is that about, Carmen?
I think just attention.
I think
just-
it's like, look how weird I am.
Yeah.
Can you look at yourself in the mirror? If I looked at myself in the mirror with no eyebrows, I'd be freaked out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
what does Chad think? This would be great for him.
Chad has eyebrows. Damn it, they
Yeah.
just blended.
He was a trendsetter.
Yeah, he's ahead of his
Yeah.
time.
I don't know, but it's really weird. They sounded great though. Does Bruno Mars have oversized dentures? Like he was singing and he was like,
I don't know.
I don't know whether he did something with his teeth or whether I just never noticed it and stuff, but it almost like he has those wind up teeth that he put in his mouth.
I don't know. I didn't
It was
notice
pretty
it,
wild.
yeah.
And then finally, for best comedy album was
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle, the
No.
Dreamer. I gotta tell
Not
you,
Shane Gillis.
should have been Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
Should have been Shane Gillis. And then also, who doesn't like a naked lady on the red carpet?
This
Kanye's
is nuts.
wife now,
Wife, yeah.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
wife was out there and she was wearing like a big fur coat, and they're taking pictures and stuff. She turns around, drops the fur coat, turns around, full frontal. She just like had netting.
She was wearing something, but it was full
It
frontal.
was just,
you
it
could
was
see
just,
everything.
It was just netting that she had on.
What is she, a slave?
I don't know, but here is a still photo that I just
Oh,
sent you
yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
We have the video up on Bone TV, and
I thought it was fake when I saw it. I'm like, there's no way that is real.
No, but that's how she goes to like all events.
Yeah.
It's like where she's wearing like see-through stuff or just like skin colored things, so it looks like she's naked.
The other thing is, she's hot. Like her face is pretty. And if those boobs are fake, whoever made those is the best plastic surgeon in the history of plastic surgery.
because they're very like
oh my god, they're
natural.
perfect.
yeah, natural looking.
But I think she's gorgeous. I think she's really pretty. I mean, I would take Kim Kardashian over her, but she's really good looking to be walking around and being his slave.
Yeah, she looks terrified when she does
Right.
it. Like she looks scared, like he's
And
about to punch her in the face.
I got to tell you, that may be like part of it. Is like, hey, look scared and look crazy.
And he just kind of stands there and like stares at her.
Yeah, he's nuts, dude. That's a mental breakdown that we've been watching for the past 20
Like I
years.
almost felt bad for her when I saw that.
But
so
that's
there,
'cause she looks like she's being being
Forced.
there
Like, yeah,
like
like-
she's forced.
Yeah.
there
One of
were
these cam girls that I watch, look
Right.
like they don't want to be there.
there were rumors that Kanye had to be forcibly removed from the Grammys. That was not true. But earlier in the day, I guess he tweeted out or wrote something, whatever, that he would not have sex with Kamala Harris
Yes,
What?
Oh.
because
He
she's
said-
a loser.
right. He
And,
doesn't
this and,
bang
that.
losers.
And then he wound up apologizing to her and her kids and stuff. And yeah,
he was not forcibly removed, but he was not. It said he was denied entry into the
because he wasn't invited.
Right,
No,
he was
the
not
Grammy
invited.
says he was. I don't know. So
I
who
can't
knows?
see how he wasn't invited,
Right.
or that they would turn that away unless it was because he showed up with a naked broad.
Yeah.
That
But he
could have been
didn't-
a problem.
He didn't like put out an album or anything like that.
No,
so.
but he's
Yeah.
Kanye.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it, but if you're not invited, like they have like seating arrangements and stuff like that. So if he
Migs
turned it
was
down,
there. If Migs can get in.
Yeah.
Kanye can get in.
Yeah.
You know?
But she's naked. She looks terrified. He's just
Yeah.
like looking like mean, staring.
well, there
next
was
to
like
her.
a big thing with her and her family, I guess, like because they were all crying for help.
yeah,
trying
because
to get her.
he hypnotized her.
Yes, yeah. She's definitely like captured.
Well, it's like a one-man cult. You know what I
It's
mean?
weird,
That's how
man.
a lot of people feel with their family of cults. They're like, we got to do something. We got to get her out. They probably feel like they got to get her out of there.
If I thought I could have a cult of women that just did this, were
Wait.
naked and pretty around me all the time, I would do that in a second. I'd hypnotize them all.
You may be able to.
Like
You
the
never know.
reaction should be, "Oh, cool, naked chick." But instead, I look at that, I'm like, "Oh, that's."
She feel
Yeah.
bad
I
for her,
felt
right?
sad. Like
Yeah.
really felt sad that she was super hot and showing me everything.
I felt sad, and then I felt something else. and then I felt sad again afterwards. Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right, Calvin, thank you. I'm going
Got
to
it.
take some time to enjoy this picture of, what is his name?
Bianca.
Bianca,
Oh, my. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hang on. There you go. How are you, sir?
Good, buddy. I know you guys were bringing up He-Man. I don't know. Without looking it up, you probably know the answer. But they made a Masters of the Universe movie in 1987. Do you have any idea who actually played He-Man?
That was Dolph
Without
Lundgren.
anybody
sir.
looking
it was
it
Dolph
up.
Lundgren before
Yep.
you
Oh,
even had
yeah.
a chance to hit the Google.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you're
Courtney,
amateur questions.
Courtney
Come on.
Cox was in it.
Bush League.
Yes.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a pretty terrible movie. I was actually 11 years old, and I actually went to the movie theaters and actually watched it, and it was actually pretty awful. But yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things. You know, I had the figurines and the.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if I had them now, I don't know if it's going to be worth any money. But
You
but
know,
yeah,
you know when you're a kid, if you think a movie sucks, the movie really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, there was like me and like two other people in there even
Oh,
back then.
Thanks for the call, sir.
Even
I
after
appreciate
the
it.
Rocky fan.
Thank you. Yeah, I remember the movie. I remember Courtney Cox. Is that right? I know she was
Yeah.
in the Ninja Turtle movie too, wasn't she? Or maybe I'm thinking of the He-Man movie.
She was in the He-Man movie.
Yeah.
She was like the girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. But didn't Kevin Smith remake that? Or remake a cartoon version?
He did.
of
He
it?
made a cartoon version that's on Netflix now.
Oh, it is.
And-
Is that any good, or is it all tongue
Nah,
in cheek? Or is
it's
it
all
real?
right. I have a tough time getting into cartoons.
Me too.
Even when
Although I did watch something this weekend. I watched for some reason or another on, I think it was one of the Showtimes. They had a Justice League, and it was basically the story of the Flash, where the Flash tried to go save his mother, and the whole thing in
Yeah.
the movie, but it was a cartoon. And I went, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Let me see what it is for a second. I watched an hour of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I stayed and watched the
Yeah.
whole thing. I was like, "I'm a grown
Sometimes
man."
it's just tough to get into the cartoons.
No, I know, but I was already drawn in, and I'm like, "Oh, then this guy, and then this guy." And
The last one that I watched that I enjoyed was the Into the Spider-Verse
yeah,
one,
that was good.
which was pretty good.
That was good. All right, we got to take a break. If you'd like to get through on the show, 800-771-1025. Johnny B is back at the station. He will grab your phone calls, get you on hold. We'll come back and hit him next. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. So I don't know. This kid showed up with what I can only describe as a castle on his head. Do you know of anything besides that you might be able to explain this to me? Anybody?
No.
I didn't understand what it was at all. I didn't know it was a metaphor for something.
I don't know.
Or
I
like
thought maybe today somebody would be able to step up and explain it to me. If you know, 800-771-1025. If you could explain to me why Will Smith's son was wearing a castle on his head.
Can I just say I understand completely that we're a talk show, we're talking about stuff, whatever.
Yes.
But
The idea is that he wants people to talk about it.
also, yes,
Yeah.
and I hate that.
Yeah.
Like him wearing that, I would talk that he's the type of person I would talk to and not mention the castle on his head.
Yeah, like, hey, nice to see you.
It's the same with the idiot
Snake.
with the parrot that's on his shoulder
Yeah.
in the bar, and you're just like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And he's like, And it's like,
What did you do?
Doing this, putting the shoulder towards you, and you just be like, "So what are you up to?" You know,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
just
just
walk away.
ignore it, completely
Never say
ignore it,
anything
yeah.
about the parrot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere though. Every news
Oh, of
outlet
course.
has it.
Of course.
Castlehead.
somebody has to have a night. Somebody has to be able to explain to me what it means and why you would have it.
I think it's just to get attention.
Attention.
Yeah.
But why?
There's no I don't think it's that deep.
Because it's like the.
But maybe is there a significance behind it being a castle? Is he hiding in his castle? Is he the king of his castle? Why isn't it a bouquet of flowers? Why isn't it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
I look at it as Lady Gaga meat suit. Like, oh my gosh, she's got a meat suit on.
Sure.
Holy hell.
Which is what I get out of Chapel Roan. I get Chapel Roan dresses up like the way she does because that's her meat suit.
Yeah.
And he may have an album or a movie coming out that has castle in it.
That's what I want to know.
But it hasn't been announced yet. Like, this is the lead up to it.
800-771-1025 if you happen to know.
It says, why did Jaden Smith wear a castle on his head at the Grammys? It's not clear why the Smith family son, blah, 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 had the regal headpiece plopped on. But he does have a habit of carting most peculiar accessories to different stuff.
He has a habit of looking like a jagoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think both the kids are idiots.
Yeah. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
How you doing?
Hey, I just want to say something about the He-Man. I never got into that cartoon. I always thought it was kind of weird. But whenever it's time to watch TV in the house, if it's me or my boys who gets the control first, we always raise it up and I have the power. And then they're like, where in the world is that from? And I showed them one time. They're like, what? They just thought it was the funniest thing.
Yeah, because that sticks with you for your whole life, but your kids have no idea what they're doing. That's funny. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Oh, you son of a bitch. Sorry, Johnny. I'm going to leave the phones to you. I'm not even going to try to grab them. I know, Carmen. I know. Don't get mad at me. Well, sometimes I want to talk to people.
We're right here.
All right, you talk.
Okay.
Joe?
Yes, Michael.
What happened during the break? I noticed you were missing for a little while.
I had to get the cans out, Michael.
Oh, did we make it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's good.
We did.
Indeed, Joe's second most important job.
Yeah.
Can Day.
It's can day.
Plus, he's been gone for a week.
I mean, who's going to do the cans, Michael?
Listen, I don't know. You know what happens when we go to Christmas break or something like that, and I wonder when you're going to show up.
Yeah, I know. I come back and then there's a pile of boxes that need to be broken down.
Now, is that why the dogs are gone? Because you're leaving? Or are they just gone today?
So they were gone this weekend because my wife stayed in Clearwater this weekend, and I didn't know what my plans were going to be. I didn't know if I'd be here or not. So
where do the dogs go? They stay with your trainer?
They go to Luke, yeah.
Yeah.
Luke takes them on their.
That's always good. Little refresher course.
When if you're gonna leave your dogs with somebody you love, I've never seen the dogs go crazy like they do over the trainer and the lady that grooms them. Loves them both.
It's funny because dogs like to have jobs. They like to have demands on them and stuff, and they're happy when they make you happy. So obviously Luke is teaching them that stuff, and then they get rewarded and they're happy and stuff. But they love that. That's why plus might just be a nice guy. But yeah, they love that.
Oh, he's super nice.
I took my dog over my trainer, and immediately she's on her back and doing all that. It's like, I was so excited.
I can tell you when Hazel took off through the neighborhood and Joe and I chased her, she was very happy.
Oh yeah,
like she was having a great time watching us run down the street.
I can tell you that won't happen anymore.
Oh,
you got the fence?
We got the new fence back
up. Oh, nice.
The dog fence guy came over and he said, what happened to the thing? I got hit by lightning. He goes, well, how do you know? I go, because it blew off the wall. And he was like, yeah, but let me go look. And he looked at it. He goes, oh, yeah, you were hit by lightning. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a cartoon blast in there. It's got all the black streaks and the yellow marks. And, it blew off and they had to completely replace it. So it's new. It's back, and it should stop Hazel from running away.
All right.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning, darling. This is Viv.
Hi, Viv. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
What have you been up to?
Busy as usual. I just want to explain to you what the castle was.
Please.
You know I'm a designer. I'm a couture dressmaker. That's on his whole outfit was Louis Vuitton.
Uh-huh.
And so the castle was on the couture show. They wore castles when they had different types. So he just picks up the outfit from the runway show.
So you're saying on one show they wore castles on their head and he just picked that up as a fashion thing?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have any other specific meaning?
No, it was on the runway. And he picked one of the it's meant to be literal. When you buy couture, it's meant to be literal. You don't have to buy that part.
Yeah.
But he did. And he wore it out in public.
Now, honestly, if you went out somewhere and you saw somebody wearing that on your head, wouldn't you want to just smack it off their head?
Yeah, because he looks stupid. It doesn't look good on him.
But that's also Viv.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife loves fashion, and she'll show me stuff. And like a lot of those fashion shows, they'll be wearing crazy stuff like that. And I go, nobody's ever going to wear that. And she goes, yeah, but that's not what's going to the stores.
Right.
That's like the thing
Here's
that
the thing, as a couture designer,
Right.
when you see those things on the runway, the buyers and the people sitting in the audience after the show, they go backstage and they see it stripped down to something that's wearable.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it
you
still
see
makes
it
me mad.
really exaggerated on the runway. That's not what the buyers are buying for the stores. When they go backstage, they see the same outfit stripped down, buyable, things that's wearable and make sense.
Right.
They over exaggerate it for the wrong way. People don't understand it, but who's buying this stuff? But now, yes, very wealthy people are buying the high couture just because it is. They're not wearing it. But the really nice things that they're buying for the department stores and that kind of stuff, it's all stripped down when you go backstage.
Gotcha. That makes a lot more sense. All right, Viv. Thank you. I appreciate the heads up.
You're welcome.
All
You
right.
guys be good and have a great day.
Bye,
Good-
Viv.
Good hearing from you, Pumpkin Man.
I could see Viv wearing a castle on her head.
But you pull it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
she pull it off.
Is he an artist or was he there for a reason or just my dad's Will Smith or like?
I mean,
don't
he's
know.
an actor.
Yeah,
so
I know he's been in
Does he do
movies.
music at all or no?
I don't know.
Yeah, he
He
does.
does?
Does he?
Yeah.
I know the daughter.
Willow does. Yeah.
What if they asked him and he goes, "Oh, I love Hardcastle and McCormick."
Wait.
Carmen,
Yes.
I forgot to bring this up since the Christmas break.
Okay.
You know who's banned?
Banned from
Banned from the show?
who?
Your friend Carol.
Oh, why?
Banned.
Listen, I get it. She's a little much.
Who is she? Which
She's a little. She is the older lady who calls. She loves the show.
Oh,
she always
okay.
offers to bring us food or anything if we need a ride. She does Uber. She, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like she's always
What'd she
offering
do?
to help
What'd she
out.
do?
Yeah.
She show up at your house during Christmas break?
No.
Banned.
I don't hate her or anything. She said when the lineup changed and she was angry that Roger and JP were going away, she said she was boycotting the station.
Oh.
And I kept telling everybody, don't make any judgments till you see what the final lineup's going to be.
Right.
Because, I mean, let's be honest with you. You think we lost a lot of listeners because Roger's gone? I mean, that's basically it. No offense to Roger, but he's
And
really the only person that left.
Brett.
Everybody else.
I know you don't like him, but
No,
he was
it's
a
not just that I don't like him.
big
It's
part
that
of that show.
Yeah, but his name is not on the show. He's not.
No.
Yeah.
But he was a big, Galvin's name isn't on the show. If
Who are
he
you talking
left,
about?
Brett.
Are you saying I'm the same as Brett?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm not.
Wow.
You're banned.
Oh no.
You're banned.
Wow.
I don't think
Go
it.
live with Carol.
But I'm going home. I'm not going.
So Roger is gone and Brett is gone, and Carol said that she was boycotting the whole station. She would no longer listen. And I said, bye. And I blocked her.
I get you. Yeah. And that's one of those things I feel like she probably,
Don't make me suffer for it. I didn't make the changes.
I think that was, a message or a tweet or whatever in just haste and just kind of, like she may have been a little wine
You know what they
happy
say?
because she does that a lot too.
Haste makes waste.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but they say it.
I still love her. She's still a sweetheart. I'll forgive her when she comes back around.
Banned.
No.
Banned.
What about, listen, this is the time that you're unbanning people.
No. This is the time where I'm banning people.
Oh,
Wait,
Whitney
are you
Cummings coming
kidding?
on the show.
Nah, she wasn't banned. She was just
She was
me being a baby.
banned.
I was baby banning her.
Well, now you're baby banning Carol.
No, Carol deserves it. Whitney didn't deserve it. Whitney didn't do anything.
Carol doesn't deserve it.
Carol deserved it. She put it out there. She
Yeah,
was
Carol
like,
chose
I
to
will
leave.
boycott the station.
Be careful
Whitney-
what you wish for,
Why?
Carol.
Yeah, you got it.
I'll forgive her when she's ready.
Mm.
You don't have to. I'll forgive her for all of us.
Well,
Listen,
okay.
No,
she's-
you don't
Yeah,
forgive
you-
on my
yeah.
behalf.
I can do whatever I
No, you
want.
can't.
Yes, I can.
You are not a
I'm an ambassador.
liaison.
Yes, ambassador of forgiveness.
Mhm. What do you think's the most you've ever been mad at me that you forgave me for? Is there one time that sticks out?
No,
Ooh.
not really.
There's
Well,
so
you
many
said it was
times.
like there's so many. Yeah.
No, there was nothing because most of the time at the end of the day, I'm a very logical person. Like I can get mad about something, but then
Right.
like give me a day or a week and then I can figure out like, okay, this was the reason behind that, or this is why.
He's a genius.
No,
Oh.
for the most part, I realize you just don't think about me, and most of your things, and I'm just
That is not true.
coming to realize that like it is what it is, but it hasn't like stopped me
Johnny,
from anything. So
Yes, sir.
if it was possible, would you do this job every day where you came in and ran the board?
I mean,
I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just saying I just want to know if you were like, I don't know, or definitely I would do it.
I'm freaking out right now, but I'm just trying to like not mess up really, really bad. But I'm sure.
Here's the deal: you're not going to mess anything up, and if you do,
Yeah, hit a button once an hour.
right,
Calm
right,
down.
and if you do mess it up, we're like whatever, it's not a big deal.
It's way more than that. It's like putting in I'm
traffic and stuff.
Well, I just had to put in like a commercial over from like this one computer I've never touched in my life into another computer.
Yeah.
And then and all that. But no, dude, I would be honored if you needed me anytime. I'll come in and do it. You know, I'm not afraid to face my fears. You know, I go on stages in front of thousands of people, or sometimes 12 really drunk people. So I mean, it doesn't matter. I drive here on
I would be
I-4.
more afraid to get up on a stage in front of 12 people than I would again 12,000.
Sometimes,
yeah, dude. I like when did you hear what I said about that idiot Everett last week?
No.
So Everett is a listener of the station. I know he's a longtime supporter of the station. I'm not putting him in the Carol category, but he messaged me and said that he's been doing stand up and he's got a solid 5 minutes and wants to know if I could do him a favor and let him do 5 minutes at Captain Brian's before Bobby Kelly and Louis C.K.
Ooh.
I was like, are you out of your goddamn mind? And he said, I have been out there trying to bust my ass, trying to work on this 5 minutes, but it's hard with the wife and kids. I go, yeah, you just described the lifetime of the pursuit of success that every comedian has. And I'm sorry if it's too much for you with the wife and kids, but that's what they all go through as they abandon their. Look at Bert used to call me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I think my daughters are going to hate me because I'm on the road all the time.
the part that stuck out to me the most in that email was he's been working really hard for 1 year.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
oh boy,
yeah, for a year.
What?
And now he's just expects to walk up on stage before Louis C.K.
I mean, for about, I'd say 8 years, I was doing the poker job in the daytime, here at night, comedy on the weekends, hitting as many mics as I could, in between.
Right.
And I barely remember raising my son. Probably the last 5 years he lived at home. So yeah, it's a sacrifice if you're gonna pursue it. It's just hard work, and 1 year is nothing.
1 year is nothing, but the balls on you to think that you're just gonna walk up in front of two of the best comedians in the world, and you're just gonna you think I can get 5 minutes before Louis C.K. and Bobby Kelly? Are you out of your god? The balls that you have to say that.
Yeah, no, he got 5 minutes before me at Sunshine City Comedy Club on Gulf Boulevard, and it's not going further than that. He needs a little bit more experience. He's a nice guy, but he's got to work. He's got to work a little while.
It's a very entitled thing to
Yes.
do. Like,
Yes,
I want
He's
this.
the same guy who hit me up one time and he was like, "Yo, I got a great idea. What if I fight Spanish at the Punch Out?" I go, "Why would anybody care if you're going to
who
fight
are
Spanish?"
you?
Yeah, who are you? Like, you're right. That sense of entitlement that people get is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. So you let him do 5 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, he'd been popping on with John.
I mean, it's a different Sunshine Club or whatever.
Yeah, it's a small club. He'd been doing a little bit of, coming in with John Sinning and things like that. So figured I'd throw, and he also did.
That's the other thing. What is it that we just let listeners come on the air and start co-hosting shows?
I don't know. He also did 5 minutes before Mo's special at Side Splitters.
Oh,
so
God. And how was that? Sucky as the other one?
I didn't go.
Were you guys working together at the time?
No. This is like a year ago.
Well, that's so funny. Yeah, I just thought that was the ballsiest thing that I've ever heard. And I don't mean in a good way, like, man, you got some balls.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just the dumbest. That like gives me a bad feeling more than anything else.
But-
I wouldn't ask. You know what I mean?
Listen, in the guy's defense, though, you don't know unless he
Yeah.
asks.
Yeah.
If he asks and you're like, you know
yeah,
what?
but there's a certain the idea that you think you can be there.
100%. Absolutely.
That
but,
bugs me.
But the fact that he asked, you may go, you know what? I'm gonna let this guy go up there and see how he does. Whatever. You may do that, and he may.
Look, I get it.
And sometimes the approach is, what's the worst they're going to say? No.
Right.
And on top of that, now we're talking about him. So now guess what? Now he's going to be getting. Now he's going to book gigs.
Listen to me.
This is his castle on his head.
Yeah.
I am not against him doing comedy. I have never seen him do comedy. It may be the funniest 5 goddamn minutes I've ever heard in my life. Not according to Johnny, but it may be. I'm not saying he should not pursue comedy. The balls to think that you could just call somebody up and go, yo, let me get 5 minutes before Louis C.K. and Bobby Kelly.
If he would have sent you a video and said, I'm really funny, I'm just taking off, I think this would be a great opportunity, and you could be the reason, if that was his approach, and then he sent you his 5 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you're like, at least he brought something to the table, but he just brought you a sob story.
Yeah.
And then
asked for Super Bowl tickets.
No,
but I'm saying that's the equivalent of it's like
sometimes you gotta shoot your shot,
Like, I've never been to a football game. Can you get me Super Bowl tickets? I know you go to New Orleans. Like, that's what you're basically what you just said.
There's times just being a producer of shows, you reach out for a guest that there's no way in hell they'd even consider coming on the show, but you do it anyways to take a chance.
Yeah, but also
at
you're
it.
offering them something. You're saying, hey, I know you don't want to do radio, but we know you got a new movie coming out. Is there a chance? So that's what it's for.
But here's the thing, and this guy wasn't overstepping in boundaries or anything, but I'm just talking about opportunity meets the whole thing. Whatever. This guy asked me, he goes, hey, I'm thinking about getting my kid a drum set. He goes, what would you recommend? What kind of thing? Whatever. I just got a free drum set. Literally like 2 days before, just because I wanted the pedal off of it.
Right.
And I told him, I go, man, are you in luck?
Oh, you just gave it to him?
I gave him the drum set. I don't need that drum set.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted it for he had a really nice pedal that I wanted. And I go, yeah, here's the drum set. You can have it for free. You never know.
What if you're like, the balls of this guy to ask me about a drum set?
Yeah.
He doesn't even play drums.
He didn't ask.
That's the equivalent of him saying, hey, Calvin, I see you got 2 drum sets. Can I get that other one?
Yeah.
That's what he did.
Right. And I would go, no, not in a million years. But if I just got a free drum set that I'm never going to use, you never know. And I go, you know what? You're in luck. You can have this one.
It's crazy because we don't have that in us. Like, as we're sitting here talking, like, none of us have that in us, but there's a lot of people that do.
Oh, and there's a lot of people that have no idea where the level is. You know what I mean?
Can I just tell you something? I have no business in the world being on a stage before Louis C.K. and Bobby Kelly. None in the world. Other than the fact that I host this radio show and that those people will recognize my name because of the show and I can get up there and say, hi, everybody.
So.
Right. But what I'm saying is that to do comedy before those two, I told Bobby, I said, I'm going to get up there and go, hey, I'm Mike Calta. You people are old. Thank you for coming. Here's Danny. Here's Louis. Here's Bobby.
See, I think you think that way if they were at like Amalie Arena or something, then you can have that feeling. But again, this is a lower comedy club. It's not an arena.
Right. I didn't call Bert when Bert was coming down and go, yo, let me get on stage and do something. Yeah.
There is a difference. Like, this does make sense because you are friends with Bobby.
Can I give you a perfect example of where the level is and what you do and everything else? 2 Bears 5K that's coming up.
Right.
I said to Mike, I go, hey, should I sign up and buy my thing? Or do you think and he goes, no, we should be all right. I'll pay for it. Right. I have no problem paying for it.
I was wondering the same thing. I was hoping we would talk about that.
Yeah, but it's also like I'm going to ask and make sure.
Not going to just assume.
I'm not going to assume that Bert's just going to be like, oh, here's one for you and one for you and this and that,
So I'll be honest with you. So I would imagine that between now and May, the amount of advertising we're going to give this 2 Bears 5K, this 5K run with Jelly Roll that they're doing here in Tampa, the amount of advertising that we're going to give this thing would be worth all of us on the show. Now, I got all of us on the show. I've got my wife, my son wants to run, my son's girlfriend wants to run it. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork. So everybody that asks me now, I go, yeah, go sign up. Go sign up. I'm not taking everybody in there with me. I have a show to deal with and I have my family to deal with. Everybody else go do your own
thing.
So,
okay, we'll go sign up. Well, because Chad would want to do it too. So do I need to sign Chad up?
The balls on Chad.
He just
has to be in the 5K.
This is just
the eyebrows on this guy.
I mean, the balls on him.
By the way, you know why I blame for all this now? John Senning. What do you mean John Senning is bringing him in to do on the air?
I don't know.
Yeah, you already said it. Yeah.
Can't back up now.
Apparently, he said that he used to do a lot with the Billy Madison show when he lived in
I think
Texas.
that's all in his head.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, back to
I think
that
he
too.
emails them and hits them up on Twitter and is like, I'm on that show now.
I don't know. He like I said, he's a nice guy, really nice guy. But
Mike doesn't think so.
Oh, I think he's a very nice guy and not a bad person.
Right.
Like,
But going back to like, doing 5 minutes in front of Louis, in front of Bobby, in front of you, you're just not ready. And first impressions are everything in comedy. Like he goes up there now. I've seen his set. He just doesn't seem comfortable yet. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like he seems robotic a little bit. He seems like, like he's still trying to find his confidence, and that's natural. You don't want to go up right now in front of Louis. Wait 2-3 years and then get an opportunity if you can and really show him something. But I find a lot of young comics, and this guy's in his 40s, but he's still young in the game. A lot of them, they want like that immediate, like,
I want to be on a sitcom already.
Also, are you doing a little clout chasing? Like, are you saying, yeah, I opened for Louis? You know what I mean? Like, are you trying to? Yeah.
You're trying to put that on your resume.
Right, but is it for the experience or is it for so you can say that you opened for Louis?
Look, as a guy that opened for Burt Kreischer, I would never do anything like that. But,
which I heard was really good, Johnny.
Yeah.
I heard was really good from a few different people.
I'll say this:
Lord knows we'd love to crap on you.
Yeah.
I did a show. I know. I did a show at like a tiki bar on Saturday, and it was standing room only. And I would say probably 40 people saw me open for Burt and came out because of that.
Nice.
Which was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. See, that's how you get people to come follow you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Everett. I don't know why that bothers me so much.
I get it.
Because it's the audacity. Yeah.
It's a bold move, but like I said, you never know.
Right.
Well, you know what? Where this? I'll tell you what this really used to bother me is, and I'll Lana. Do you know who Lana is?
Yeah.
Lana, I think does mornings at QIK.
Oh, I was thinking of a different Lana.
Yeah.
No.
Same.
Who are you thinking?
Ralphie's wife.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Oh, that's another whole.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
That's somebody who shouldn't be in comedy.
I know the Lana you're talking about.
Lana works at QIK, I believe, in the morning. Lana was a Hooters waitress. And then one day, they were like, hey, she's going to be on the air on the weekend. And I'm like, why? Like, what did she do? How much did she go out there and bust her ass? Did she put up tents and drive vehicles and do all this stuff? And now because she's a hot Hooters waitress and she wants to be on the radio, she just gets on the air. Now, granted, Lana since then put in plenty of time, has been doing it for a long time, and has definitely shown that she has talent more than just being a pretty Hooters waitress. But at the time, I found it to be very annoying. And I think that that's why women in radio bugged me right out of the gate, because most of them were just ones who flirted with the program director.
But I mean, how did you get the job? You were in promotions and then you eventually worked your way up, right?
Yeah.
Me.
For years.
I was at a bikini contest. I came in and literally John Brennan said, as long as you're willing to do what we tell you and not get paid, you can intern. And then all I did was
ran an internship. You worked for free for how long?
a year, over a year.
Yeah.
And
you did. I mean, from the start, right out of the gate, you were in the middle of everything.
Right.
You weren't like, oh, let's see what she could do in time. First show, we were bringing you in the air.
Right. But like my main thing was like I was just getting you guys lunch at the time because that was when you guys were in the afternoons.
And
But that
yelled at for cameras.
and getting yelled at for cameras and being too close to Galvin.
Yeah.
And
That was
it's
hilarious.
not my fault.
You used to hover.
If Carmen was like fat and ugly, she never would have made it to the front of the door.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
Yeah,
it's like
so
you
she-
have to have like as a female.
The looks is what gets you in the door.
Yeah.
I mean, there were other ugly interns in there before
Hey.
before Carmen got there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and they're not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did their careers work out?
Yeah, but they didn't work out very well.
Right.
They didn't.
And
They
they
didn't
did-
do a great job.
But that comes to like getting in the door is one thing.
Right.
Staying is another. Like
Right.
I worked my ass off.
Yeah.
And
To
I've
stay,
put
yeah.
up with a lot. You know what I
They
mean?
thought I was super sexy. I walked into a
Yeah.
full-time my own show.
It's true. But Carmen's, there were other interns, male and female, before Carmen, who didn't work out for one reason or another. I mean, we had to fire Josue just because he could not get it
was the
together.
worst.
Yeah,
Right.
and we had to fire a guy who was working for free.
Yeah.
That was the fact that you guys gave him 3 more chances blew my mind.
But nothing was better than
Oh,
Spanish versus Josue. Was the best. That every day they'd come in there as how did he kill the other one? Yeah, I miss those old competitive days. But wait, Carmen though, how long before till you got your tattoo?
That was right before I was hired part-time.
Right.
Yeah, so I was an intern for a year. That story came out. We made the deal.
Intern for a year, one butthole tattoo later, full-time employee.
Part-time.
Part-time.
I was part-time for like 5-6 years before I was full-time.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's why
You put your time in.
Yeah,
Like Lana.
But I bartended and served, you know what I mean? Like on top of doing this.
You have to understand that the fact that you were good looking at the time was an addition.
What do you mean at the time?
At the time.
Yeah.
Such a jerk.
Yeah.
What a backhand.
That's a compliment.
I'm saying
back
at
when
the
you were
time.
hot.
Yeah,
Back when you were
I
hot.
remember that.
Once you lost your looks, you still kept the job.
Yeah.
It says a lot.
Right.
That's something.
You're still around.
Yeah. It shows you're more than just a pretty face.
Yeah.
Even without being good looking now, you're still here. So
You're still doing a good job.
It's
Yeah.
a testament to your work ethic.
And thriving.
You're a real workhorse, is how we describe you.
Oh man.
I mean, that's gonna be a long week.
You guys are
Yeah.
jerks.
Yep.
I don't even know what I was saying. At the time, we would have taken anything because it was free help. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't just that you were good looking. It was that I didn't even see you.
Yeah,
You know?
because I was sitting in Bone TV for like the first 6 months.
It was
Yeah.
Cowan TV at the time.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
No,
Joe had his
Pointed
own.
out.
You were Joe's intern.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was.
And
I
now
worked
look
here
at
for
me.
7 years before they hired me full time.
Yeah.
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 Then they fired me 2 years later.
You lost your looks.
That makes sense.
He did lose his look.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
did.
He morphed.
I did.
Oh man. Well, there's hope for everybody.
Sorry, ladies. Suck it, Everett.
Yeah, send an email. Ask. I guess it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
It
Is
does
what we
hurt. That.
learned?
I would imagine
Oh.
that this hurts more than I don't know, saying no.
We've been talking about them
Yeah.
for how long now, Johnny?
Days.
Like 40 minutes?
Listen,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he
This is
was-
the most airtime he's ever had, or stage
if
time.
he would have texted me and said, "Hey, I've been doing stand-up comedy and I'm doing a thing at this club. Do you think you could throw it a plug?" That seems more appropriate than, "Hey, can I
Oh,
open
no.
for Louis
No.
C.K. about
No
me?"
way. You would be
No.
like, are you kidding
Like,
me?
what's a
This guy,
plug?
100%
He
you
wouldn't have said yes, but it would have been more
Thank
digestible.
you,
No.
Joe. I
Yeah.
probably would have been like, "Well."
Because what's a plug? You're going to say his name in front of a crowd and be like, hey, by the way,
No,
there's
but
a
if I
comedian.
said, "Hey, Johnny B, you ever hear of Yahoo's Comedy Club? You know that guy Everett? He's doing a couple of minutes there." Like trying to be nice to him, throw that. No, I probably wouldn't do that either. But that is definitely more tangible
But
than asking
this-
to open for Louis.
But this got him more airtime.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for 40 minutes.
I'm not trying to hold him down.
He probably sat down, started typing. He's like, if anybody can help me, it's Mike.
What if
He's a nice guy. I've met him so many times.
My
He'll
savior.
understand me.
What if we find out, later on this year, that Mike's his manager, and this is all just a ploy? Get his name out there.
Mike can help me. Let me send him an email.
You know how you get out there and you do this stuff? You become undeniable. You be funny, and
Yeah.
people will find you.
But even then, it's hard because there's so many people and there's so many platforms. But I'm just saying,
That's the thing.
there's so many comedians.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
There's not a lot of great ones.
Yeah, you have to be funny, but there are.
Ask Johnny. Johnny's been in every comedy club all over the place and stuff. How many great comedians have you seen, Johnny?
I mean, I've seen a lot of great ones, but
Great.
I would say, I'd say a lot less than yeah. There's not a lot of great.
Yeah,
ones.
I would say you maybe count it on one hand.
How
You know what I
funny
mean?
would it be next hour if Whitney Cummings said, "Yeah, I've got this guy Everett opening up."
He just hit me up. He just emailed me and asked me.
Never
I
hurts
just
to
said
ask.
Johnny, I don't know if you had to ask me who the top 5 comedians were in Tampa. I wouldn't know. I would. Any time anybody always asks me who's a local comedian, I
Right.
say you or Matt Fernandez.
I mean, I would say definitely, we're up there. I mean, as far as, Tampa, I mean, you got guys that live here that don't really work, Tampa, a lot of guys
Right,
like
they go out
Al
on the road.
Romas and
Steve Miller.
yeah.
Steve Miller's great.
I
Ron
like,
Hortman.
I like Jarrett. What's his name? Jarrett
Moore. Yeah,
Jarrett
he's-
Moore. I think
he's
he's
funny.
good. Ricky Hickens good.
Yeah, he's got Ricky's one of the guys that opens for me on a regular basis. You got John J. Murray, who has an Amazon special. He does a podcast with me and Matt Fernandez.
Now, how does that work out? And you get an Amazon special. Like, did Amazon give him a deal, or did he just give it to him? Like, I'm not trying to out this guy. I just don't know how that works out.
I think you have to film it in a certain quality, and then you have to submit it, and then they'll okay it. And if they okay it, then they put it up, and then you get, a percentage of whatever the sales are and all that. He's made some money. He's made,
Now, why don't we do that with you?
I mean, I was working on a special, and I had, I invited you guys out and everything else.
Yeah, I
and,
remember. I actually put it on my calendar and was going to make
Yeah.
an effort to go to it.
Well, my team that I was working with, they were trying to pull together sponsors, and they had some sponsors, and then I think 3 of the sponsors got hit by the hurricane really bad, so they pulled out. And then it got to the point where I just wasn't enough money sponsor-wise.
Right.
So I didn't want to do a half-ass special. So
That's smart.
I pulled the plug for now, but I'm looking at maybe a little bit smaller of a venue. I was doing the Cuban Club, which is a big venue. It's nice, and they love me over there. But yeah, I want to try to do something maybe in the summer and get it done. And I was shooting for Netflix because I got some ins there, but the guy that was filming it.
Easy, Everett. You're going to jump right to Netflix?
All right. Well, my buddy that was filming it, he's been on like 2 seasons of Stranger Things. He's an actor and he does films, and he's done a lot. So he had he's got a lot of insight, but I wasn't really dead set that would ever happen. That's a pipe dream, but Amazon definitely, I could do that, or just go straight to YouTube. I just want to get it out there.
YouTube's where it is. Yeah. Your first one, just give it away and let as many people see it as possible.
Well, that's what Big J did with his last
That's
special.
what Bobby did.
Yeah, and it blew up 4 million views or something like that. I just want to dump this hour because I'm writing so much new stuff, and I just want to put it out there and then get all the new stuff working.
Yeah, good. All right, I'd like to see that happen.
Yeah, I'm trying, dude. Thanks.
Let me know if I can get Everett to open up here. He's available from what I
No,
understand.
that's Mo's opener for Mo's annual special that he does at Side Splitters.
Now,
every
Mo's
year.
not funny, right?
No, Mo is naturally funny. Yeah, he's
yes,
funny.
but not stand-up wise.
I mean, Mo will probably tell you he doesn't do stand-up like. He doesn't have the passion for it. He said many times, like, I do stand up because it's easy.
Oh, wow, that's insulting.
He said that before. Yeah, he goes, just comes. I've always done it because I know I can get up there and do it, but I just don't. It's not like what I live for.
That is the most racist Mo I've ever heard.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. Well, you add the little in there.
Oh, my bad.
Like he's Cookie Monster.
I'm not Frank Caliendo. Trying to do something here.
You did. That was fine. You did good. All right. Well, thank you, Johnny, and good luck to Everett and his comedy.
Sure.
You got 5 gigs off of this.
Probably.
As heard on the Mike Calta Show.
Come see the 5 minutes of Everett as heard on the Mike Calta Show.
Well,
Look, I hope he gets good. I hope he
got
gets
a family,
10 gigs
Michael.
from it. Yeah, he does have a
He can't
family.
get
Yeah,
out
it
there.
makes it a little bit more difficult.
I saw BT last night. I should have asked him if Everett can pop in.
What'd you do? Did you go down to Side Splitters?
Yeah. I went down and checked out. Karen
Fian.
Yeah, Karen Fian, and then I hung out for the open mic. I actually hopped up and opened up their open mic for him.
Now, how is she, Karen Fian? Because I love her on the show and I love her on podcasts, but I've never actually seen her do stand up.
Super funny. Yeah, she does a lot of crowd work, and she's very sarcastic and kind of just like laid back, and she talked about her OnlyFans stuff. It was good.
Her OnlyFans is hot. I do like it.
Yeah, she bragged about being really rich, from showing her butt and everything.
Yeah,
so it was good.
Good for her. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. We probably have to double, but I know we have Whitney Cummings joining us at 9:20. So we'll take a break and we'll talk to Whitney Cummings next on 102.5 The Bone. Oh, a lot going on. Who do we have on line 1, Johnny?
That is Robert Kelly.
This is my number 1 best friend in the whole world. This is Bobby Kelly. How you doing, pal? Hey,
Dude.
What's up?
Dude.
Yeah.
I told you not to say that it was Louis.
You didn't tell me not to say it. You.
I said, when I called in, I literally said it might be a guy.
Right.
And I gave a little hint.
Yeah.
Just a little, ooey tite, I said, or something like that.
Yeah. We read between the lines, though.
Yeah, but that could be anybody. That could be Michael Bublé could be showing up, or Vic Ramaswamy. I mean,
What did you say? Uwe Tute?
I don't know what I said, but it rhymed with a bunch of other things. I mean, you're just throwing it out there.
Well, I figured at this point it's a bet. See, it's like happening in 2 weeks, and
No.
What?
It might not be. I don't know if it was a surprise. He might come.
Oh.
He might stop by and do a set. It's not like he's working for. Like I hired him.
Right. I mean, I just know he's doing some Florida dates. I know he's doing a Tampa at a Side Splitters, and that I heard that he might be showing up at your gig.
I told you that he might be showing up, and I said, "Don't say anything."
You know, I'm not
We
very
just
good.
like
I'm not very good with secrets.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Bobby.
How are you so?
I blame you.
Yeah.
You know you can't tell him.
This is what blows Galvin. This is what blows me away, and maybe you can explain it. How is he so good at lying, but not good at keeping a secret?
Huh?
I get excited. I get excited to tell the secrets. Like I am excited that you're coming, and what would make that better? Oh, Uwe Ike is going to be there with you.
But he might. But here's the thing, dude.
Yeah.
He might not be there.
All right.
So if people are buying tickets to see, me, to see Uwe Tite,
right?
And Uwe Tite don't show up. It's just Bobby Kelsky.
But here's the thing: you're going to see my number one best friend, one of the funniest guys I've ever seen in my life, Bobby Kelly.
Yes.
With his opener, Danny, and me, Mike Calta. We're all going to be there together. It's why I will leave my wife on Valentine's Day weekend to travel with you to Captain Brian's in Naples, Florida. If Louis shows up, that would also be kind of cool.
Yeah, it would be fantastic, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
All right. I'm sorry I let the cat out of the bag.
There's two things that are happening that weekend. SNL's 50th reunion.
Right.
Which he might be a part, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's, I would say that I understand, yeah.
Yeah, you got to take that, right?
That or a comedy club that also serves shrimp cocktail. I might go to that.
But he just summed up my career.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks, dude. Thanks. That's my big weekend.
Who's your closest friend that you had that went to Saturday Night Live? Pete?
Who went on to SNL?
Yeah.
Nobody. Oh, well, I mean, Dane, we were friends.
No, I mean like working on the show, like as a cast member.
Colin Quinn.
Oh yeah, Colin. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he's number two.
Yeah.
Number 10 was number one. Now is number 2.
I put my miles in. I really did.
I think so, but he got to be number 1 local, right?
That's fine because I got Pete. You can have Colin, and then when we're together, it's beyond the realm of anybody's friendship.
Yeah, and then they leave. They don't exist. Yes, okay. But yeah, Colin Quinn.
Well,
Colin Quinn. I mean, Rosebud Baker. Who's the other guy? What's that other guy?
Rosebud.
What's the other dude?
I don't know.
She's on SNL. What?
Oh,
Che, Michael Che.
Che, that's true. Yeah.
I got his number.
Yeah, he's been on our podcast.
Yeah, he's never picked up, but I got it. I've called him a couple of times. He's never. Isn't that the worst?
I don't know.
When somebody famous gives you their number and then you call and they don't answer ever.
Who did that to you? Chris Evans?
Dude, Chris Evans. Yeah, I blew that up. It stinks because I had 2 shots with him. I got his phone number. I mean, dude, I blew him away. Like I was making his mom laugh.
Right.
I was making his mom laugh, crack up. I mean, dude, I probably could have hooked up with his mom that night. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Like that's the type of I was murdering in the corner of this room, and she was loving me. And I looked over, and the guy next to me, I was like, "Who's this annoying guy with a beard laughing? Like, leave us alone." It's him.
Yeah, Captain America.
In between Captain Americas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, dude. And then he was like, "Here, dude, get my number." I was like, "All right, dude." And I was like, "I'm in. This is great. I love Marvel. I love Captain America. I'm gonna be, like maybe, Orange Hulk or Fat Hulk or whatever Hulk."
You put yourself right in the movie. You became an Avenger. You put yourself right in.
Yeah, dude. Like Funny Hulk. I don't know what Hulk, maybe whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, look at Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd became Ant-Man.
Yep.
Are you saying Bobby and Paul
but
Rudd are pretty much the same thing?
Well, it's a unlikely Avenger. Unlikely Avengers.
Oh, okay.
Becoming Avengers.
That could be the name of my show, Unlikely Avenger.
Yeah. That's a pretty good
It's
one.
me. It's me. You could be an Avenger, right? You could be tired face. What you do, your power is that like people like come in all angry, and then you come in with that face and look at them, and then they just fall asleep.
Did you just call me tired face?
Yeah, it's your super Avenger power.
That's more insulting than butthole eyes.
I was gonna say that'd be better, a villain. Butthole
I
eyes.
am butthole eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, but your power is that you make people go to sleep with your butthole eyes.
Well, yeah, I can hypnotize you to sleep with my butthole. One glance, and you immediately fall into a deep sleep.
No, you like fart gas out of your eyes and make them sleep.
Okay, I'll take that too. I am butthole eyes.
Speaking of farting, last week I was literally on death's door. Death's door. And you never called me once. You just kept texting me.
He's a texter,
Yeah,
though.
but I don't understand. What do I got to do? I got to coddle you? I'm not a doctor. I checked in. Why do I have to call?
Got to hear your sick voice.
Yeah. Hello.
Buddy, the progression of the text was, how you feeling? Nah, I'm not good. Okay, dude. I don't know what you said after that. Something not even connected to humanity. And then I go, then you check back in, everything good or something like that. And I was like, I'm probably gonna have to go to the hospital. I think I'm going to the hospital. And you're like, okay.
What do you? I'm not a
drive
doctor.
up there?
And it's
Yeah,
like-
what am I supposed to do?
If you texted me, I think I might have to go to the hospital. Your phone would ring before I read hospital.
Hey, if I'm
As
going to
far
the
as-
hospital, no phone calls, please.
Yeah, I know you don't want to talk to me at
Right.
that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Buddy,
I
that's-
also think
that-
you're a bit of a
because-
hypochondriac.
Oh my God! What did you just call
A
me?
little bit of a hypochondriac. Like you're a little bit overexcited about going to the hospital. You're like, I think I'm going to go to the hospital. Okay, because you got
Yeah,
you got a
that's
belly
me.
ache.
That's me.
You got a belly ache.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'm in the hospital every other week. Are you nuts?
Yeah, I'm not every other
I'm not
week,
a
but
hypochondriac.
sometimes I think you just.
Donna, what are you laughing at?
She's right. She knows what's going on.
You think I'm a hypochondriac, Don?
Sometimes you take
Sometimes what?
it a little far.
See?
You know I'm on the radio right now.
Oh, my belly hurts. I gotta go get to the hospital.
Oh no.
Listen, you think your
Oh,
belly
just
hurts?
because you're John Wayne and you don't have any emotions, you don't feel anything.
Yeah.
You get shot in the face and just lie there and take it and stick toilet paper in it. Okay? I'm connected to my feelings. And why don't you go take a nap?
How many doctors did you call?
I called 3 doctors.
Yeah. And then what ended up happening? You took a poop and you felt better.
Buddy, I pooped every 15 minutes for 3 days. Okay?
That doesn't sound
My every time I wiped my butt, it was like putting lipstick on a black chick. Okay?
All right.
I was
have to
taking
go.
it. I
have to go. I
All right, I
have
love you.
another guest on the line.
Okay, who is it? Uitite?
It's Whitney Cummings.
Oh, yeah, go talk to her. She's way more famous than me.
All right.
I love Whitney. Tell her I said hi. Goodbye.
Bye. There is she on the line now? Please, Johnny B, pull up Whitney Cummings on the phone lines. Whitney, how are you? Hello. I cannot hear anything. There you go. Whitney, are you there?
Yes, loud and clear.
How are you? Very nice to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. How are you?
I have so many things to talk to you about. I owe you a long time apology.
Oh, I agree.
I've come to the realization that I am a big baby, and I've held a grudge against you for all of these years.
That's fair. Okay.
Years ago, I was listening to you on one of your very early appearances on the Howard Stern show, and I heard you, and you were like, and I already was a fan. I already thought you were very funny. I thought you were gorgeous, and I heard you on the show, and you said, I hate doing morning radio. The only morning radio I'll do is your show. And I said, I will never put her on the show. You hurt my feelings. I will ruin this woman. And then you become this mega superstar. And the years go on, and I realize. Then I talked to Tom Segura one day, and Tom Segura was like, no, you're kind of being a dick. She's really cool. You really like her. And I was like, yeah, I think I am. I'm being a big baby. So not that it really mattered to you or anything, but I've been harboring these bad feelings for somewhat about 7 years now. 7 years.
I think this is a good call.
Yeah.
I think you handled this well. I agree with your choice. Look, anything a comic says is coming out of insecurity or trying to make someone like you. So I was probably just trying to make Howard like me, which is dumb and impossible. And I think that I have in my head as a comic, especially because we work at night and then you have to get up 3 hours later to do morning radio, and I never feel like I'm funny. So it's more like I never feel like I'm funny and I feel insecure. But also at the time, I don't remember when that was exactly, but like when I was doing like morning radio in the beginning, you were going to like Bucky and the Worm in the morning and like and they like I remember going in one time and they were eating maggots. Like when it was like Fear Factor in the morning. It was like it was, and then it was like, here's 3 porn stars. Your favorite one, punch them in the face. I'm like, like it was a different time. It was a different like culture. And I was just like, and I would do stand up or do shows, like 2 shows until 2 in the morning, and then you'd have to leave the hotel at like 5 a.m. So I should have gone. I'm poor and tired.
No, listen to me. As the time goes on, I realize that you are not only were you right. Morning radio is terrible. I mean, there are obviously a few exceptions left in this country. We are hopefully one of them. But you're right. I realize you're going in there with Winky and the Bean or whatever they're called, and people are eating bugs and doing stupid stuff. I'm like, no wonder why they don't want to do this stuff. And this gives us the black eye.
And then also, it's like, here's the other thing. Legitimately, you guys, I don't know your show that well now. Obviously, I'm like, they're legitimately funny. And you go in and you're walking into all these inside jokes. You're like, tell Terry that she's barren. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
The girl was always like the butt of the joke, and then you had to participate and be like, we're about to prank call her husband and show her, show the surveillance photos of her cheating, and you're like, can I leave, please?
You're 100% right, and I'm glad we've squashed this beef that you didn't even know we had.
Okay, good, and I'm sorry for that I did that to you.
I call Ralphie May the day you said, like, I was hurt, like I felt like you were specifically talking to me, and I don't even think I was doing mornings at the time. And I call Ralphie May at the time, and I go, man, you know who made me mad? And he goes, who? I go, Whitney Cummings. You know what she said this morning? I told him, he goes, man, I'm surprised you even know who Whitney Cummings is. Only because you had just started out. I think the time you were on was like the hottest, funniest chick.
Oh, that was truly 20 years ago.
Yeah. And I've been harboring this for all of these years. What a baby.
Yeah. Do you ever do it with, like, what's another example of a resentment you've had? Like,
I get mad a lot. We won't put Sebastian Maniscalco on the show either, as funny as popular as he is, because he used to come on the show when he couldn't sell out Side Splitters, and all of a sudden now he's like, Ma, I'm too cool to go on that show now. He's one of those guys.
I don't think it's too cool.
No, I get it. I wouldn't go on this stupid show either if I was Sebastian Maniscalco. I'm surprised we got you on the show today. I get it. The part that bothers me is that I understand that you're right. You're right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, should we talk about something else, or do we do this most of the time? I'm fine with it. I'm just.
We definitely can move past this. And let me tell you, one of your biggest.
Also, wait.
What's that?
Well, sorry. Also, Ralphie May, I'm a giant fan. It's cool to even hear you say that you told him you don't like me. I'm like, oh, that's. I didn't really get to know him, but I'm glad that's what he knew of me.
Yeah, no. Ralphie was surprised. He didn't mean it like he didn't know who you were. What he was saying was, he was like, you were still relatively new at the time, and the fact that I was aware of who you were over here. Anyway, let's get this straight. I never not liked you. I always thought you were extremely funny, and you said something also on that Howard Stern interview that I thought was one of the hottest chick things to ever say, a sexual thing that I don't want to repeat now. But I have always liked you. That's what I think made me feel the worst. But anyway, we can move past this, and I'm glad we're back together. We're back in love together.
I appreciate that. I've said way stupider things. I mean, back then, that's kind of all I did. So
yeah.
I apologize to everyone.
No need to apologize. I apologize. Anyway, the Big Baby Tour, which is very appropriate, is coming here Saturday, February 22nd. This area always loves you. You always do good here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a wild time. I don't, as long as it's not California, things go pretty well for me these days.
Yeah, no, I would imagine. How are you not, or is it even not worth it anymore? But how are you not on a regular TV show, or do you not want to even do that anymore?
Yeah, I kind of took a break from that. I did a couple pilots, that was like, like at the beginning of the show, and then they decide if they're going to pick it up or not. And some of them didn't even get finished. Like one was at HBO, and a lot of things are out of your control. Like, as I was shooting the pilot, the head of the network that bought it, the pilot gets fired, a new person comes in, another one didn't happen at Amazon for like a million weird reasons. Like, one I did with Taylor Tomlinson during the pandemic, and as we were making it, Disney bought it, so it was like a reality show, and then they were like, we need it to be a family show, and I'm like, what is happening? I've never had a family. How am I going to do that? And so, I then kind of walked away a little bit. The pandemic, continued. I was like, I just want to tour live. That's why I got in this. Comedians, we get so distracted with our daddy issues. We just want to make a living performing for people all over the country in person, and then TV networks are like, do you want to make a show? And they suck you into this thing, and then you lose a year of your life. Yeah. They're like, you do that, and they're like, but she needs a black friend in the show. And you're like, okay, yeah, let me, so then you just get bogged down in your ego of trying to get this thing on the air that might not even be funny or make sense or have good chemistry or be right timing, because, comedy is like about, timing, and if something's funny and relevant, you got to say it now. The idea of putting it in the show and it comes out 2 years later, and then it feels hacky. It's like funny 2 years ago, I promise you guys. So I just wanted to focus on touring live and being a good stand-up and putting out specials and trying to figure out the new way that people consume stand-up, like online, cutting up clips, doing crowd work, whatever people kind of wanted. And then now it feels like, this moment of comedians can't be authentic or take risks. It feels like it's a little bit over. So I'm doing a couple TV projects. We'll see if it ends up making sense. But I always want to put, stand-up and touring first.
Do you feel like we're kind of past, like I see Shane Gillis having the success that he has and saying things that he's saying. Do you feel like we're past the cancel culture part of it yet?
I think that the dorks will always be the dorks.
Yeah.
And the cool kids will always be the cool kids.
Yeah.
It's like there's always going to be dorks. There's always been dorks. I'm sure there were a bunch of dorks in the 70s saying, Richard Pryor shouldn't say that. He was talking about, violence with his wife, I think, on stage. It's like, I've always been dorks. We just, they have microphones now. And I think it's a matter of, how much, I think cancel culture, I think we help it by talking about them,
Yeah.
So there's always going to be people that don't think you're funny or that need some thing to point to look like there's heroes and self-righteous indignation addicts who are going to go, that's not funny. And it's just like, but all you're doing is advertising how dumb you are. We're joking. We're kidding. You're serious. So if you don't understand the concept of comedy in 2025 and that there might be some jokes that you don't think are funny or that are you the same person that goes into a store and you see a shirt you don't like and you're like, shut down the store.
Yeah.
This store's Nordstrom's gotta go. It's like something's wrong with your head. Something's wrong with your brain.
We're talking to Whitney Cummings. She's going to be in here at Tampa, the Tampa Theater with the Big Baby Tour on Saturday, February 22nd. Now, this is a beautiful theater that you're playing in Tampa. I would imagine that you're used to doing these. How do you feel about doing arenas and those sort of things? You could certainly fill them. I mean, is that too much for you? Do you prefer the intimate theater?
I mean, I'm not Shane Gillis over here. Well, honestly, if you come see a show, I mean, what people know about me, I kind of grew up in public. It feels like I was running my mouth publicly, as you know, and saying dumb things in my 20s. Like, if people are still sticking with me, as I feel like I finally like have my head on straight, like came to Hollywood, this like sick place in my 20s, you know, and you know, I think like I've always been whatever funny. I know I'm a good writer. I know I'm a good performer, but I think comics really get better as you get older. I've had a kid. I know what matters now. You know, when you're in your 20s and you start, you think you're the center of the universe. Then you have a kid, and you're like, oh, I'm a cow. I'm nothing. all the things I thought were important aren't that important, and you know, so I'm just really excited for the people that have stuck with me this long when I've been such a hot mess. And now finally, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying hot mess is good. People relate to that. It's why I think guys and chicks dig you. I think you've always been very funny. You've always delivered on a consistent level, and I think your fans know what to expect.
Yeah, and I think I'm excited to surprise them with sort of like evolving and growing and changing. And, you know, I think as things get crazier, you know, online, I think it's comedians our job to like stay self-aware and stay brave. You know, it's like I really appreciate the feedback from the CNN roast of like just like, you know, I fell back for a while. I had to kind of get, you know, my brain in check. And as a comic, you have to like actively go out of your way to mature.
Yeah.
Because like we can be kids forever. We can just be, you know, I could just hang out with Bobby Lee every night and just be idiots all day. But we kind of also have to go like, wait a second, like the fans are maturing. Like everyone else is becoming an adult. I think we all have to figure out a way to stop making fart jokes at some point.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like the media is so ridiculous that people are looking to comedians now as like a voice of reason and sanity. So we had to get sane. I'm like, wait, you guys look at us for sanity, but we're all insane.
Yeah. Oh, the more I get to know all of you, the more I really realize how deep rooted your problems are. I'm
like, we got to get sane fast.
I appreciate you accepting my apology, and I'm glad that we connected. And the Big Baby Tour is coming to Tampa Theater on February 22nd. Tickets are available at tampatheater.org, and hopefully we get to see you next time you're in town.
I appreciate you giving me the benefit of the doubt, and I appreciate you calling me out because that was a bratty thing to say.
It's all right. I'm a big baby, too, so we're all in good shape. Thank you, Pumpkin.
We all.
Have a good day. There you go. Oh, that connection was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, she was great, and I felt like I should just shut up and let her talk because every time I tried to talk with her, we talked over each other, but she was great. All right, we're friends again. Only took 20 years.
What you have going on in your mind, I don't know.
I'm the crow. I'm a crow of grudge. I mean, the doors are ringing. There's people coming in. There's poor Ian has been here for an hour, hasn't said a word. I'm sorry, Ian.
It's all good, brother.
Yeah.
And we only have about 9 minutes left.
All right, let me take a break, and then we'll come back, because then we get stretched out. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Why do you, like, to me, you gave me, like, a pat on the forehead, and then everybody else, you hugged and kissed goodbye.
Because I just saw you.
All right.
You smell fantastic, by the way. You smell like you smell like a good candle.
Thank you.
Well, if that's a compliment or not, but it smells good.
Do you want to hear the weirdest compliment?
Talking to the
I got
microphone.
Yesterday? Sorry. Or not yesterday, the other day. This lady was like doing some pictures for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was a compliment, but I'm not really sure. She was foreign, which I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Well, sometimes
like,
lost in translation. Yeah.
You know, she was like, "Can I take some pictures of you?" And I go, "No, I don't really want any pictures of me, just the kids." She goes, "No, but you look so good. What do you do for a living? Do you work for a plastic surgeon?"
Wow.
Like, what?
She's not you're naturally pretty. You perhaps work for a doctor who's done some work.
You've had so much work done
Right?
that clearly you work for somebody because you wouldn't be able to afford it on your own.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how I feel. Like, thank you or no. But anyways, okay, bye.
I'll see you in a week. Okay. All right.
All right.
Even
I
kiss
got
you.
one. Whoa.
all
Good
right.
stuff.
Jesus
Right?
Christ.
She
I mean, I
does smell
guess.
delicious.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm not kissing that King Cole. Over
Oh.
there. Yeah, she smells good, but
She does.
Yeah, she gets ready for her work calls as if they're in person. Like, we'll be sitting on the couch and she'll be wearing sweatpants. She's like, I gotta go change. I have a work call. I go, you think they don't know you're in sweatpants? Do you think they care?
Presentation.
I think that's something I'm going to work on this year.
Why couldn't you start this weekend?
I actually just told Galvin. You weren't listening, but I did just tell Galvin the news.
Yeah. It's pretty good news.
So one, this year, now that I smell your wife, I think I'm gonna like look for my signature scent or like, you know, like what compliments me the best because everything smells different on people, right? So for this trip specifically, I made a major change in my life.
Oh no.
No, it's good. It's a good thing.
I'm wearing deodorant.
Oh, yay, taco pitch no more.
Yeah. That way, when
God.
I'm grabbing guests and I'm reaching for stuff, because it's going to be long days.
Oh, I was just thinking in the Sprinter.
Oh,
We don't need stink box in there.
I meant for like our guests and stuff. Because like before, the only reason why I would wear deodorant was I was a server and I'd be like reaching over people.
Right.
So I wore it specifically just for that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I decided for this.
Didn't have time to dye your hair back blonde?
No, still can't. Listen, I have to wait until I get it to my length, and then I want to go blonde. I know, like brunette is not my color.
Plain Jane Brown.
I just listen. It's so crazy. Some people love it, and some.
Oh, you look nice. It doesn't look bad.
Galvin is the only one that has like said like blonde. You got to go back blonde.
Yeah, I mean it's eye catching.
Yeah.
Blonde's eye catching. Now you're just in
And
the crowd.
your complexion and everything screams blonde. I can't even believe that you're actually naturally brown hair.
Right. Well, I mean, technically, my natural color is still technically blonde.
Well, yeah.
It's dirty blonde, whatever.
Right.
But yes, I want to go blonde.
Anything with you is dirty.
Yeah, I will go blonde
All right.
when I can.
Ian, it's been a pleasure having you today.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
You got bumped twice. You got bumped by Robert Kelly and by Whitney Cummings.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's
and
all
then,
good, bro.
and then and Whitney Cummings was good. We just had a terrible phone connection, so I had to kind of just shut up and let her do all the talking. But I thought she was good, and I'm glad we finally talked after all these years.
You've grown.
I have?
You have. I don't think you would have done that 10 years ago.
Because I realized I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was being a big baby. And she said it right. When you go on somebody's show, there's one of two things. One is that you're trying to make them feel good. And then the other is that you're trying to make yourself look good. And I thought she's right. And it's exactly what she did. And that was a smart thing to do at the time.
As you're older, you realize she's not talking about me.
She's not talking. She didn't even know who I was.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it bugged me. But I love when she goes, "Are we going to keep talking about this?"
I've done this before since I've been an athlete and I've been in the media. A lot of times I badmouth the media.
Yes.
To the media.
Yes.
And they're looking at me like you. I'm like, I'm not going to take it back.
No.
Okay. Because like in the locker room, a lot of dudes don't like the media because a lot of them they're not on our side. That's a fact.
But sometimes like there's some like the Saps of the world and the Keishans of the world, they're above it. So they can go ahead and they can say whatever they want. It's going to make the news, you know what I mean? And then there's guys who take it to heart, probably like what you did, where you'll take a criticism to heart, whether you agree with it or disagree with it.
Well, a lot of them are there for you to say something that's messed up, and you feel that.
Nobody wants to hear.
They're trying to get your gotcha moment.
100%.
Right.
I had a situation with one of the writers. He's still here. We've made up since. He wrote something about me in the paper that was wrong.
Right.
He wrote that I played like crap. And my offensive line coach said, "Ian, if you keep on playing like that, you'll be in the Pro Bowl." That's what he told me.
Right. So how can he say you
I
played
asked
like
him,
crap?
and I said, hey, and he said, "Don't be sensitive." He said, that was a problem.
Yeah,
That's a problem for me.
I don't know that I never said that to you.
No, well, we didn't talk for a long time after that. We're
Yeah, but
fine now.
I don't know if I'd say that certainly not with my chest out. Don't be so sensitive.
Well, I'm in the locker room and I said, "I'm not talking if you're here." So he was defending himself,
Right,
which is cool.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have some balls on both sides of that to be able to have that job.
I got balls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those newspaper guys don't, though.
That's a fact.
Yeah, because they're very tough when they're home with the keyboard, but they don't want to say anything to your face.
Yeah.
That's not just newspaper guys. That's most media guys.
Well, newspaper guys, you have to understand, don't really know much about the game. They don't get a chance to watch the game. They write something about something they watched on TV. That's impossible to do. You can't evaluate something like that.
I never knew how Steve Dumig was as critical as he was. He never went to the games.
I think he was mad for no reason.
Well, I think that was his gimmick.
There's no
his
doubt.
gimmick was to be mad.
No, I don't think it was a gimmick. I think he was
Really
a
mad?
he was a naturally mad person. Like we never got along ever. And I get along with most people.
Did he want to play? Did he play any sports where it was?
He was a golfer.
Well, he was. I remember him hearing him say on air, "Well, just because Ian played in the league doesn't mean he was always right." And I'm like, he's right,
right,
but it sways to me, but I heard him speak on golf one time like he's a pro and he was a club pro.
Sure.
And I actually played golf with him and was beating him by 6 strokes. I was beating him by 6 strokes. You know what he said? I'm not going to count my score anymore. And I go, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Back to one thing, speaking of sports and stuff that you were talking about, you said you heard LeBron worst on the team. So his plus minus rating is the worst for on there, but that's because he plays a lot. But he's averaging pretty well. His average right now is 24 points, 9 assists, and 7.5 rebounds.
Yeah, it doesn't make him a bad player.
No,
I just
but
think among the other Lakers.
He's also a ball hog, and when he's out there, they give him way more points. Is the problem. Yeah.
Do we need to do anything else before we wrap it up here?
I think it's it.
No.
What is the checklist? Joe, you're good?
I think we're good. I'm waiting on Mama Pants right now.
For what, Joe?
Tell everybody what you forgot. Mama Pants is coming here to deliver
I
what?
didn't forget any gear, but I
Right.
did forget my suitcase.
Hey.
So, all right.
Idiot.
Galvin, you're good?
I'm totally good, yeah.
Carmen?
I got snacks.
I'm good. I got snacks and I'm good. Not looking forward to this ride, but
I don't think the ride's going to be.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's a
Nope.
What happened?
Oops, I don't know.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you on Wednesday live from New Orleans. Goodbye.
Bye.
My bad.
You're good.